All right. Yeah. Thank you, dear. Okay. So, can you request in the group ask Renuka ma'am to start the cloud recording? I'm not able to record it. Niranjan?
Recording in progress.
Okay, started. Good evening, everyone. It's again, we are so happy to be here with you for yet another episode of G20 International Youth Cabinet. So, on behalf of all our partners, uh, JSFN, Global Sustainable Futures, IGEN Global, and also UC Land University and IIU University, we extend a warm welcome to one and all, sharing this virtual dais along with us on the Sunday evening for this G20 International Youth Cabinet. Well, what's this G20 is all about? Most of us know about it, but still, a short recap will always revive our memory. So, on that note, we take pleasure of briefing about the G20 summit. So, as we all know, the G20 summit is an annual international forum that convenes leaders from the most significant global economies to address and discuss economic challenges that affect the world. The forum provides an exceptional platform for dialogue and collaboration among the participation nations. The summit's primary objective is to develop and implement policies to enhance financial stability and promote sustainable economic growth worldwide. So the G20 summit is definitely a critical event where the global leaders, the colonial leaders, engage in crucial discussions on trade, investment, innovation, and international cooperation. The summit also offers a unique opportunity for leaders to establish and strengthen relationships with the global counterparts, fostering a more cohesive and prosperous global community. So, the G20 remarks the 20 countries which are together on this platform of G20 summit. So, which are the countries? As we all know, it's Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, UK, and United States. And last but not the least, and of course, the Grand European Union, represented by the President of the European Commission and the President of the European Council, also a part of G20. So, what are these objectives of this G20 summit? Of course, they do have about nearly 15 objectives on their agenda. So, the objectives of G20 summit goes as multifaceted and encompasses various global issues. To name a few key objectives is that economic growth, when it talks about economic growth, promoting sustainable, balanced economic growth globally. How do we achieve it? By international trade, by enhancing international trade and investment to foster job creation and economic development. Thereby, what is the motto? What do we achieve? We will achieve financial stability and strengthening the stability and the resilience of the international financial architecture and the systems involved. Thereby, we will be able to achieve the sustainable development for which we are all working together, addressing global challenges, including climatic change, poverty eradication, and sustainable development. Thereby, what do we modify? The infrastructure investment, promoting infrastructure development to support economic growth and connectivity, thereby enhancing digital economy, which is the call for the world and which is going to be the call for the future, advancing digitalization and harnessing the potential of the new technologies for inclusive growth. Thereby, we will be able to address the key challenges of employment and education, creating opportunities for quality jobs and ensuring access to education and skill development, thereby also not compromising on global health, collaborating on global health challenges, thereby we will not be affected by the great danger, the recent danger. Hope you all know what I'm mentioning, the pandemics, and access to affordable health care becomes our motto. So, how do we achieve all these objectives? NGOs and online organizations like us are crucial in supporting the summit success with our objectives. They contribute in several ways, such as advocacy. When we talk about advocacy, the NGOs and the online organizations raise awareness, like with campaigns like us, and also so many campaigns that IGEN is doing and JSF is doing, yeah, about the key issues and advocate specific policies for actions. And how do we do that? We take the data. Anything without the data, evidence is going to be futile. So there is a huge research and analysis work which is going on worldwide. Thereby, we provide valuable research data and analysis on the global challenges, assisting the policymakers in making informed decisions. Likewise, our youth cabinet is present here to suggest a few. Thereby, we extend this pathway with partnerships with the NGOs and online organizations, collaborate with the government and non-government organizations to take and other stakeholders to implement projects and initiatives that align with the summit objectives. Thereby, we are here to achieve the grassroots engagements. These organizations engage with the local communities and individuals, amplifying these voices, addressing their needs, thereby which plays the very important role is knowledge sharing. NGOs and online organizations facilitate knowledge sharing and capacity building through these workshops and conferences and online platforms, supporting the exchange of best practices and innovative solutions. So, on that note, we are all gathered here today representing G20 International Youth Cabinet along with Educate Global, IGEN, and GSFN to cohort channels and open its doors to young individuals from diverse backgrounds worldwide. So this platform invites participants to present insights and inferences contributing to UNESCO's sustainable goals. This initiative aims to address the following agenda, and contribution made by the youth will help us definitely to shape our program's preamble. Thereby, our preamble of the program goes with the 5 Ps, that is people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership, and with the agenda of plan of action for the people, planet, and prosperity. And this G20 International Youth Cabinet is of the youth, by the youth, and for the youth, seeks to strengthen the universal peace in a larger freedom. We recognize by eradicating poverty in all its form and dimensions, including extreme poverty, is the greatest global challenge and indispensable development for sustainable development and achievement. Thereby, we seek to build on the Millennium Developmental Goals and compete with what was not achieved so far. And we seek to realize the human rights and achieve gender equality and the empowerment of girls and also youth. And all these are integrated with an indivisible balance between the 3 dimensions of sustainable development of economic, socio, and environmental pledges. Thereby, we will be able to, and we are determined to take the bold and transformative steps to shift the world onto a sustainable and resilient path and we will implement this plan in on our and embark on as we embark on this collective journey. So moving ahead, when we talk about the people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership, that is otherwise called as 2030 Sustainable Agenda. So that's how the G20 cabinet has evolved its vision and with the mission with the 9 P's of people, planet, prosperity, peace, partnerships, thereby implementing policies with the protection, principles, and practices involved. Moving ahead, on this note, we welcome you all for the Youth Cabinet. So far, we had about nearly 10 weeks, 10 Sundays together, Sunday after Sunday. It's like the great ad of Medicare, Sunday ki Sunday. It's not like Medicare, of course, it's one like removing germs and all those toxins from the society. We have met on every Sunday and we have talked about Education 360 and Shakti Spectrum for Women Empowerment, Global for Youth Empowerment, Digitalization and Innovation with Science Stream and Vocation Employability for NPR Revolution, and also Energy Resources Sustainability and Employability for R3 Dialogues, Health and Wealth, Agriculture and Food Security for about JVC patterns and opportunities and the role of policies involved, entrepreneurship and MSME with modernizing and strengthening the industrial units, whether it is MSME small scale or the middle scale units, which are to make them globally competent and sustainable, with inclusion of financial architecture and international growth, with the presidency of accelerating inclusive and resilient growth, not compromising on international taxation benefits with trade and investment, exports and imports. Thereby, we were here and we are here to reform, reshape, restructure, reconstitute the international trading architecture for a sustainable economic and growth. Last but not the least, we had celebrated culture last week with enhancing tourism for every country. Thereby, today we are talking about 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. On that note, we open this forum for all the youth cabinet members with due respects to them and also for all our experts. We extend a warm welcome to all our experts. Dr. Tanuja ma'am, thanks for joining us and for being with us through and through as one of the experts and really preparing all those speakers who are present here with us today. 2030 Agenda and Development with our presidency will enable implementation of this 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and Addis Ababa Action Agenda, accelerating the progress towards SDG, building common ground and momentum for ambitious G20 action plan. On this note, we have our speakers are going to deliberate on the pointers as given here below with the 5 P's of people, planet, prosperity, partnership, and pathways forward. But when we talk about planet, we are going to speak about agriculture, food security, nutrition, and conservation of resources. When we talk about prosperity, we're going to talk about financial inclusion, remittances with the inclusive business and green. When we talk about partnership, we are going to talk about domestic resource mobilization and industrialization of energy resources. When we talk about people, we are going to talk about human resource development and employment. Last but not the least, pathways ahead, we're going to talk about innovation and digitalization and competency and compliancy involved. On that note, it's my duty to extend a warm welcome to all our speakers of today. So, enabling implementation of 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, Addis Ababa Action, and accelerating progress towards sustainability, building common ground and momentum for an ambitious G20 plan. Yes. So it involves the 5 different disciplines. First is the policy integration. It will integrate the policies of SDGs and AAAA, Addis Ababa Action Agenda, commitments into national developmental plans, policies, and strategies to ensure coherence across sections and levels of government to maximize impact and avoiding conflicting priorities. Second is resource mobilization. Mobilize domestic and international resources to financial sustainable development initiatives. This includes exploring innovative financial mechanisms, leveraging public-private partnerships, and strengthening tax systems to generate revenue for social and environmental programs. Third is the Third discipline is the data and monitoring, enhancing data collection and analysis of the monitoring systems to track progress on the SDGs and AAA, Addis Ababa Action Agenda commitments, to improve transparency and accountability to the regular reporting mechanisms involving all stakeholders from the civil society, academia, and the private sector. So, how do we achieve it? Preparing them for the capacity building, building institutional capacity at all levels of the government within the civil society to implement and monitor sustainable development initiatives effectively, thereby to provide training and technical assistance to ensure stakeholders having the skills and knowledge needed to contribute to this particular agenda. Thereby, partnering with organizations becomes quite indispensable, thereby to foster partnerships and collaboration among governments and non-government authorities, international organizations, civic societies, and the private sectors to encourage knowledge sharing, technology transfer, and joint initiative to address the common challenges and achieve shared goals. Thereby, what we need to adhere to is the policy coherence to ensure policy coherence between the trade and investment and the environmental and the social policies to avoid conflicts and promote sustainable developmental outcomes, harmonizing regulatory frameworks and standards to create enabling environment for responsible business practices. Thereby, last but not the least, inclusive growth is one thing that we cannot compromise. Prioritize inclusive growth and benefits from all segments of society, particularly vulnerable and marginalized groups, to promote gender equality, social inclusion, and access to education, healthcare, and basic services to reduce inequalities and poverty. Thereby, integrating climate action, mitigation, and adaptive measures into the developmental planning and investment decisions to support renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and resilient infrastructure to build climate resilience and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Thereby, we extend a warm welcome to all the global cooperation to strengthen international cooperation and multilateral institutions to address transboundary challenges and promote global solidarity, thereby honoring official development assistance commitments and support to developing countries in their efforts to achieve sustainable development. Thereby, we will involve into a paradigm shift of policy innovation, encouraging experimentation and innovation in policy design and implementation to identify effective solutions to complex developmental challenges and foster culture of learning and adaptation to continuously improve outcomes and respond to evolving priorities. So, by prioritizing all these actions and fostering a collaborative and inclusive approach, the G20 Youth Cabinet will play a crucial role in advancing the implementation of the 2030 Agenda and accelerating progress towards the SDGs, where while also promoting sustainable and inclusive development globally. So, on that note, without taking much time, we extend a warm welcome to all our speakers of today and also the experts who have joined us with our community partners. So, on that note, I welcome the first speaker, Dr. Vishnupada Bose, who is PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, India, who is a project manager of ITC Limited, a member of GSFN, to address on the first pointer that agriculture, food security, and nutrition and conservation of resources. Welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Yes. Very good evening, Shri Binda Madam, other distinguished guests, distinguished speakers, scholars, ladies and gentlemen. Very good evening. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much. So now I will presenting my topics. Thank you so much.
Yes, doctor, your
Yes, yes,
screen
yes.
is visible, definitely. It's on slideshow mode. Please go ahead with your presentation. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, yes. The topic is the significance of soil health and fertility towards realization of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. I, Dr. Vishnupada Bose from India. Again, a slideshow is not going.
Maybe you click on the screen so that you will be able to.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, it's moving. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. This is the fact. This is the fact, historical fact. The development initiative first I have mentioned over here is 1972 Stockholm Conference, which is essentially laid the foundation for global collaborations on environmental development and paved the way for the concept of sustainable development. Then again, Barnard Commission's 1987. The commission defined sustainability as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. These were the objectives of these commissions. Again, United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. The focus of this conference was the state of the global environment and relationship between economic, science, and environment in a political context. Then again, conference of the party COP1 1995. COP1 to review whether the commitment of development countries to take measures aimed at returning their emissions 1990 level by the years 2000 was adequate for meeting the convention's objectives. Then again COP2, then coming to the Kyoto Protocols. Kyoto Protocols operationalized in the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change by committing industrialized countries and economics in transition to limit and reduce greenhouse gases emissions in according with agreed individual targets. The TT was adopted 1987 and entered into the force 2005. Then coming to the Global Sustainable Development Goal 2015, the Transforming Our World, the world has mentioned the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development with its 17 SDGs was adopted at the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit in New York 2015, September 2015. Then again, Conference of the Parties assess the effect of measures introduced by the parties to limit the climate change. Now, last we know the COP28 was 28th annual United Nations climate meeting, where governments discuss how to limit and prepare the future climate change. Target 1.5 degrees Celsius. So, as we know, the reason of global warming mainly, if we look back at pre-industrial records, the concentration of CO2 and other greenhouse gases was very low. But after industrialization, the data has presented over here that, for example, CO2 403 ppm, but it was before the industrialization 278. Likewise, this is the problem for global warming. So scientists has mentioned the pre-industrial period. Maybe they are assuming 1850 to 1900s. Fossil fuel like coal, oil, and gas are by far the largest contributor to global climate change, accounting for 75% of global greenhouse gas emission and nearly 90% of carbon dioxide emissions. As greenhouse gas emission blanket the earth, they trap the sun sheets, causing global warming. We know the common thing, the renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So now, to mitigate the global warming and climate change, we are shifting towards renewable resources, renewable energy, etc. So processing of non-renewable resources release harmful greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, creating greenhouse effect which causes global warming. So renewable resources also produce clean energy, meaning less pollution and greenhouse gas emission, which contributes to climate change. So shifting towards renewable is a sustainable approach. See here data, human-induced cause of global warming. The red color, human activities, is a huge margin. But natural, where natural cause of global warming is a very less amount. So greenhouse gas emission from global natural systems and human activities is the graph I presented from the research papers. So here showing that man-made activities is large, huge volume, uh, 35 gigaton carbon dioxide equivalent. This is the common things that reason for sector-wise reasons for global warming. Crops are increasing being impacted by crops productions are increasingly being impacted by effect of warming world. So due to the greenhouse gas emission, raising global temperature influence weathering pattern and affecting agriculture and irrigation system, threats to world food systems. Global ecological footprint, it is a very important measurement. As per the research data, the Earth was formed about 4.5 billion years ago, and human community have existed about 315,000 years ago. According to the study by the World Wildlife Funds (WWF), more than one third of Earth natural resources have been destroyed by human in just 30 years. So, at present, 2022 data, global ecological footprint was found 2.7, whereas world's biocapacity only 1.5 global hectare per person. So, this is a huge margin already exceeded. So carrying capacity of biosphere has overshooted by huge margin. That is actually causing a resource crisis, resource shortage, energy crisis, and it is also leading to the global warming and climate change. This is the global material consumptions. It is a data from the research paper. So sustainable way towards optimization of and enhance efficiency. This is the way out from through which we can mitigate the crime, resource crisis and energy crisis, energy optimization, and we can able to mitigate the global warming and climate change. So few point I have mentioned over here: circular economy concept, green building technology, clean development mechanism, CDM under Kyoto protocols, use bioresources, waste recycling, harvest waters. Many measures are there. I have also mentioned 5 points. Waste generation another problem in the worldwide issues. So circular economy can mitigate the waste generation problem because waste is exceeded the natural permissible limit. In these figures, we can see the 2050 it is a projected waste generation 3.4 billion of tons. This is the huge margin. So vision of circular economy actually significant role playing role significantly where we use resources sparingly and recycle endlessly. Solid waste management is a growing problem that can impact the achievement of sustainable development goal. The increasing volume of complexity of waste associated with the modern economy is posing a serious risk to ecosystem and human health. Mainly soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution, land occupied, reduced arable land area, reduced efficiency of agriculture, declining crop productivity, the global food crisis, contaminating water body, transmitting diseases, damaging biodiversity, cost incurred to manage waste dump, affecting economic development, unmanaged waste affecting the soil health and productivity. Here we can see the top largest economics in the world in respect of greenhouse gas per capita, ecological footprint, and happiness index. So one things we can notice over here that greenhouse gas per capita less, uh, ecological full according to less, and happiness index according to less in the countries. For example, United Nations greenhouse gas per capita 17.9, ecological footprint 8.4, happiness index 6.8. Where is India? Greenhouse gas emission 2.79, ecological footprint very low 1.16, happiness index 4.03. So it is a related things. I mean, it indicate that utilization of natural resources. United Nations has exceeded the limit in all two parameters, mainly ecological footprint and greenhouse gas per capita. It should be two within 4 and ecological footprint within 1.5. So high greenhouse gas per capita means resource consumption is more. High ecological footprint per capita means resource consumption is more. High happiness index means resource consumption is more. This is the common things, SDGs and significance of SDGs. SDGs addresses global challenges related to poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace and justice, sustainable economic development. The SDGs are a blueprint for achieving a better and more sustainable future for all. This is the common thing. I am not elaborating over here. The primary domain is economic, social, environmental, directly and indirectly related to resource management. Earth, soil and status report. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, of the Earth's soil, 33% are already degraded and over 90% could become degraded by 2050. Furthermore, a total 75 billion tons of fertile soil are removed every year from the global soil cap by erosion. As a result, precious soil resources, which should be preserved for future generations, are continuously reduced. So, global warming and climate change causing degradation and affecting soil health. Global Food Security and Nutrition Status Report 2023 State of the Food Security and Nutrition in the World report state that 691 to 783 million people faced hunger in 2022. Many places around the world are facing worsening food crisis. The World Bank projected that over 600 million people will still struggle to feed their families in 2030. The Asia and Pacific region accounts for half of the world suffer food insecurity, with more women than being food insecure. Healthy and fertile soil can increase crop productivity, in turn, improve agro product and food availability, reduce food prices, and ensure food security and nutrition. Immediate action and initiatives are needed to address the issues and mitigate the problem of soil health and fertility to improve food security. How Sustainable Development Goal could support soil health and fertility. One of the most notable features of the SDGs is that they are directly related to soil health. Indeed, the SDGs aim to reach the goal of achieving 75% healthy soil by 2030, and this could provide numerous potential benefit for on-farm productivity. The goals that most closely related to soil health and sustainable development goals include Goal 2 ending hunger, Goal 3 good health and well-being, Goal 13 climate actions, Goal 15 reducing desertification of soil. The how sustainable development goal could support soil health and fertility. That I'm not elaborating this much more. Ending hunger, food, good health and well-being, climate actions, reducing desertification of soil, soil fertility and sustainable development goal. Importance of soil fertility. Soil fertility is the ability of soil to sustain plant growth by providing essential plant nutrients and favorable chemicals, physical and biological characteristics as a habitat for plant growth. Goal of sustainable soil fertility management. Protect soil from physical, chemical and biological degradation, limit erosions and avoid deforestation, develop extension services, knowledge system and promote innovations, enhance soil productivity according to its natural capacity, maintain soil-based ecosystem services, water availability and equality. Water availability and quality. Soil fertility and sustainable development is the same thing. Soil play a crucial role in the sustainable development goal as 95% of our food supply originates from the soil and a healthy soil biosphere is essential for the existence of all forms So soil biodiversity, soil pollution, soil salinity, water management is all are related to soil management. Characteristics of soil, characteristics of fertile soil for plants: adequate nutrient content, high organic fertility, good soil structures, balance of pH, it is a very important, good drainage, adequate water availability, active soil organism, water retention capacity. So global warming and climate, global warming and environmental pollutions causing soil degradation. United Nations already has taken initiative to mitigate all those issues in different way. Planetary boundaries or planetary limits to soil degradations. Soil degradation causes including agriculture, industrial and commercial pollutions. Loss of arable land due to urban expansion, overgrazing and unsustainable agricultural practices and long-term climate change. So this is the drivers, threats and consequences. Drivers mainly population growth, urban expansion, diet changes, industrialization, unsustainable agriculture practices, waste disposals, deforestation, climate change, and subsequently threats are these: soil organic carbon loss, biodiversity loss, salinity and solidifications, compaction sealing, nutrient imbalance, acidification, erosion, pollution, and subsequently consequences is like that: ecosystem and landscape deterioration, food insecurity, content quality and quantity, climate change, violence, social inequality, poverty, and migration. Types of soil degradation: anthropogenic cause and natural cause. These are the chart collected from the research papers. So these are included mainly, I'm giving the bullet point: physical degradation, chemical degradation, biological degradation, and ecological degradation. These covering the soil degradations elements. Impact of climate change on agriculture. These are the common form that climate change how affecting the agriculture. Increased weeds growth and disease outbreaks, salinization and alkalization, alteration in nutrient dynamics, increases moisture and drought stress, reduce soil organic matters and fertility status, effect on biological health of soil. So climate change effect on agriculture, this is the affecting elements. Direct, indirect and socio-economic effect of climate change on agriculture production. Direct effect: morphological change, physiological change, phenotypic change, plant productivity. Indirect effect: soil fertility, irrigation availability, rise of sea levels, pest, heat, flood, droughts. Socio-economic: food demand, farmers' response, cost, policy, trade, unequal distribution. So human intervention, adaptation strategies, mitigation strategies, agricultural production and vulnerability. Role of soil organic carbon in fighting climate change. Soil is the largest terrestrial pool of carbon on Earth. It contains about 1500 billion tons of carbon, which is more than the amount of carbon in the atmosphere and vegetation combined. Soil is a large carbon pool because it contains organic matter, including microbes and decaying plant and animal materials. Soil can store carbon for a long time, especially in colder climate where decomposition is very slow. The impact of soil organic carbon loss: the degradation of one third of the world soil has released up to 78 gigaton of carbon into the atmosphere. This is the biggest issues. Further, damage to soil carbon stock through poor land management will hamper effort to limit global temperature rise. to avoid increased floods, droughts, and other negative climate change impacts. With sustainably managing soil, we can mitigate climate change and improve food security. So, carbon sequestration, monitoring, and maintenance of carbon sequestration, monitoring, and maintenance in soil can enhance climate resilience, as a healthy amount of soil organic carbon can help plant crops. Strategies to restore soil quality: soil, crops, water, animal management of soil is for soil restoration. This is the element. This is actually working in the field. Physical restoration, chemical restoration, biological restoration, ecological restoration. The Sustainable Development Goal aim to achieve 70% soil healthy by 2030 through these type of measures. This has already taken many countries initiative to apply this philosophy. Importance of soil and soil fertility. It's play a crucial role in mitigating the effect of climate change, increasing farm productivity and food security. This is the main elements: supporting human health, support food production, support biodiversity, support carbon and nutrient cycles, supports clean air and water. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are directly related to soil health. The SDGs aim to achieve 75% healthy soil by 2030. This is the conclusions. Soil resources are finite in extent, unequal distributed, geographically prone to degradation by land misuse and mismanagement, but essential to all terrestrial life and human well-being. Improving soil quality is an important step towards achieving SDGs on zero hunger, good health and well-being, climate actions, reducing deforestation of soil, desertification of soils. Healthy soil and key to healthy soils are key to biodiversity, food security, and play a fundamental role in fighting climate change. This is the very important aspect. Healthy soils are key to biodiversity, food security, and play a fundamental role in fighting climate change. The Sustainable Development Goal aim to have achieved 75% of soil health by 2030.
Thank you, Doctor. That was a quite comprehensive presentation and very elaborate with all the data involved. And I hope everybody will agree with me. Well,
Thank
for
you so much.
knowledge and understanding, like you have taken us through the pathway towards a sustainable soil conservation. What being given a chance, being given this platform to share exactly what we are very good at. Uh, can we have some of the initiatives, some of the projects that you have been working in related to it, and you can share with our speakers today, with our audiences, just as bullet points, some of the projects which are related to it. Of course,
Yes.
your presentation was fabulous. It had comprehensively you have put in all data which are related to the Addis Ababa action. We do appreciate it and we really congratulate you. It was quite comprehensive. That's for the knowledge and understanding part of it. Thank you so much. But when it comes to the application point of it, we would like to share with all our audience. We would like you to share with our audience what all things, projects that you have initiated that you have been working on in related to us. Thank you. In very few words,
Yes.
please. Thank you, Doctor.
Yes. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you. First of all, the all related issues mainly connected to global warming and climate change. If global warming is not there, then there is no issue mainly. So, in my research project, I have developed many things in a line of sustainable development goal. Mainly, I have considered waste recycling through the circular economy philosophy. Waste actually occupied vast land area, mainly arable land, agricultural land. Waste also cause for land pollution, soil pollution, water pollution. That means it's affecting the agriculture's irrigation system, reduce the crop production, reduce the efficiency of the farming systems. So it's also imparting the role of increase the food price, insecurity, food insecurity, uh, nutrients unavailability, all are related issues. So waste also playing a very important role to degrade the soil quality, reduce agriculture efficiency, reduce crop productivity, and many other issues. So I have considered the waste recycling through the circular economy philosophy. Mainly, I have considered mining waste, plastic waste, and bio waste. So I have developed building materials with this waste and developed a process technology to utilize those waste in a construction and infrastructure sectors. So that is the role of researchers. Researchers should develop the process technology how to utilize the waste. Otherwise, how we can use waste? Waste is there. Plenty quantity of waste is there. Abundance waste is there in the earth. But for utilization, of course, we need the technology how to use the waste in different applications. That I have conducted many projects and 4 different building material I have developed is mainly related to bricks and concrete, and it is very sustainable building material. It is already commercialized in our countries. So I hope this project is benefited for that reducing waste volume. If we can reduce the waste volume, then we can release the land area which can use for economic activities, crop production purpose, agriculture purpose, and also if we can use the waste material, then we can eliminate the environmental pollution, reduce soil pollution, reduce water pollution, because waste is the main cause to reduce soil pollution, water pollution, which affect the irrigation system, because water is moving in the underground, one place to another place. And when waste is interacting rainwater, I mean precipitation, it creates a toxic chemical element which mainly spoil the soil and fertile soil area. So that actually affecting the agriculture. So in that line, I have developed this project to utilize the waste material through the circular economy principle. So benefit from the project, release land area for agriculture purpose, increase the food productivity, make availability of the land for agriculture purpose, reduce food crop prices. These are the connected things from the my
Brilliant.
projects, and
Brilliant.
also reduce the greenhouse gases. Because in
Yeah.
my developed technology, we are not using any fossil fuel to processing the bricks and concrete, whereas burnt clay brick is processing using fossil fuel, I mean coal, to burn the bricks clean. In my technology, purely coal process. There is I am not using any fossil fuel to process the bricks. They are all coal process. So I can able to reduce the greenhouse gases because we are not
Yes.
using any fossil fuel to in the process. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor.
This is my
Thank you. So, on that note, I think he deserves a big, big, big round of applause from all of us. And it was a
thank you.
wonderful presentation. Thanks for sharing all your insights. And we'll be taking you further for something very exclusive. And very soon we'll get in touch with you and we'll work with you on that project through IGEN. Thank you, Doctor. It is always a pleasure.
Yes, thank
We're
you.
not going to do the
Yes,
summary because there are two other speakers who are going to speak on the same topic. Let's hear from them and
yes,
overall we'll give the summary. Thank you.
yes. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. So, on that note, we extend a warm welcome to Priyanka. Priyanka, if you're ready, yes, student of ITC, Sri Sairam
Yes,
Engineering
ma'am.
College, who is a member of IGEN. So we open
Yes,
the forum to you. You can start sharing your
yes, ma'am.
screen. Kindly introduce yourself and go ahead, Ms. Priyanka. Thank you. By the time, I request Niranjan to share the backdrop in the chat box. If anybody would like to take the backdrop, they can take it from there. They can download from the chat box and then we can go ahead. Yes, Ms. Priyanka, if you have any problem in sharing, we'll go ahead with the next speaker and we'll come back to you.
Ma'am, can you go with the next speaker, ma'am?
Yes, I do it. Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka. We'll come back to you. Mr. Perimba Adipan, a student of CSC, VIT, University, Chennai, member of IGEN. If you're ready, we'll go ahead with you.
Yeah.
So you're ready to share? Mr. Perimba Perinba Atiban is going to speak on the first pointer again, planet,
Yes,
agriculture, food security,
I'm
nutrition,
ready to
and
share.
also
Is my voice audible?
quite audible. Please go ahead, start sharing your screen. Kindly introduce yourself and your projects in few words and then go ahead with the presentation. Thank you. Your bandwidth is very low. Do you need assistance in sharing the screen? Otherwise, you will not be able to open your video. Mr. Perimba? Okay, we'll come back to them. Mr. Perimba, we're going to come back to you before we wind up. Okay? Moving ahead, we go on to the pointer two, that's prosperity. Financial inclusion remittances with the inclusive business and green. On that note, we extend a warm welcome to Mr. Maria Roshan, who is a student from Amit University, member of IGEM. Mr. Maria,
Yes, ma'am.
you're ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Kindly go ahead.
Okay, ma'am.
Start sharing your screen. Let me see whether your screen is loading. Yes, it is loading.
Is it visible, ma'am?
It is quite visible. You can go ahead. You can start the slideshow mode. Thank you, Mr. Maria. Kindly introduce yourself and the topic, and then you go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, everyone present here. I am Maria Roshan from Amit University, studying second year.
Yes, Mr. Maria.
Financial inclusion. Financial inclusion refers to the availability and accessibility of financial services. It is to improve their financial well-being and participate in the formal economy. Financial inclusion can help reduce poverty, promote economic growth, and foster social development. It plays a crucial role in achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly Goal number 1, no poverty, and Goal number 10, reduced inequalities. Remittances. Remittances are money transfers made by individuals working in a foreign country to their home country. It is an important source of income and financial support for many families. In poverty reduction, economic development, and financial inclusion. However, the cost of remittances or money transfers billion average global cost of around 6.5 percentage. Efforts are being made to reduce the cost of remittances and improve the accessibility and efficiency of the transfer process. Inclusive business. Inclusive business includes the five topics. The first one is empowering low income communities. Integrates low income communities into the value chain as suppliers, distributors, retailers, or customers. And it provides opportunities for economic empowerment and poverty reduction. Second one is have a positive social impact. It improves access to essential goods and services for low income communities. Next, the fourth one is renewable energy. The financial inclusion initiatives are supporting the development of renewable energy projects such as solar and wind power to promote sustainable energy sources and reduce carbon emissions.
6:30 आइए.
Next one is sustainable agriculture. Financial inclusion
रोड जा रहा
programs
है.
are also
रोड जा रहा है. चलो कोई.
Financial inclusion programs are also promoting sustainable farming practices such as organic farming and agroforestry to ensure food security and protect the environment. Next, green initiatives in financial inclusion. Green initiatives in financial inclusion represent a critical step towards sustainable development. By incorporating environmental considerations into financial services, institutions can promote eco-friendly practices and investments while contributing to both economic growth and environmental protection. Next, the final one is conclusion. In conclusion, the synergy between prosperity, financial inclusion, remittances, inclusive business, and green initiatives offers a pathway to sustainable development. By providing access to financial services, leveraging remittances, and embracing eco-friendly practices, communities can foster inclusive growth while safeguarding the environment. This integrated approach promotes economic empowerment, environmental stewardship, and resilience, shaping a brighter future for all stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful presentation. May I request Madam Tanuja to kindly give us a summary and then we'll take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria Roshan, for your very good presentation. So, very short and crispy presentation talking about the financial inclusion and remittances with the inclusive business and pool. So, you have talked about the financial inclusions for that is for the empowering the low income communities and also the sustainable economic growth, and also you have addressed on the social impact of the financial remittances, and also you talked about the how the energy sectors can go for green initiatives in this financial inclusions. So thank you for your wonderful presentation. So wishes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Maria, yours was a very comprehensive presentation, as Madam was mentioning. Well, we could see that it was able to address the intersection of the agriculture, food security, nutrition, conservation of the resources, and devise a comprehensive plan, uh, which is quite needed for integrating the sustainable practices across the systems. While you were mentioning about the promotion of sustainable agricultural practices and enhancement of food and nutrition, etc., 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 and also about when it comes to the rural development, on devising financial inclusion, which could promote prosperity through the financial inclusion measures, and thereby adhering or cohorting inclusive business with the green initiatives as a holistic approach, which is quite necessary when we talk about sustainable development. And not to miss in the mention, we really liked about the green initiatives that you are mentioning about the green finance and the investment of the renewable energy, energy efficiency, sustainable agriculture, and low carbon infrastructure projects. Thereby, we'll be able to succeed by implementing the policies and regulations for a paradigm shift, which will incentivize the businesses and adopt environmentally sustainable practices by and also reducing the carbon footprint, and also highlighting on the development of the green markets and the certification schemes to promote the adoption of the sustainable products and services. That was a quite innovative thing that you've shared. And all could be done, last but not the least, with the capacity building and the knowledge sharing, by working in collaboration. So, by implementing a comprehensive plan like this, we'll be able to promote prosperity while fostering sustainable development and addressing the challenges of poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Thank you so much, Mr. Maria. That was a very comprehensive presentation. It's always a
Thank you,
pleasure
ma'am.
having you on our show. And I think we all will meet very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, moving ahead, may I take the privilege of inviting Dr. Professor Girish Sapra, who is the founder and CEO of the Green Brigade Private Limited, startup mentor, Startup Punjab, a member of GSFN, who is going to throw some light on pathways forward with innovation, digitalization, competency, and compliancy. So, may I present before you Dr. Professor Girish Sapra. Over to you, sir. You may start your presentation by introducing yourself. Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are quite audible. Thank you.
So, thank you, Dr. Shri Vidya, for inviting me to present my, startup and what I am doing from the last 2 years. After my PhD, I have started my startup in waste management. Waste, of course, I call it as a wise approach to sustainability through technological excellence.
Old wine in your bottle.
Yes. So I would love to, share my experiences with you. Like mostly, I discuss with the Dr. Renuka and all the other members of GSFN. It's a good platform, and I think I alone can't do everything. Waste is a very big field. There are different categories of waste, ranging from electronic waste, solid waste, biomedical waste. Like Dr. Vishnupada Bose was also, highlighting the integration of waste with the different sustainable development goals. Whether you talk about, poverty, livelihood, climate change, clean lands. So everything is, at a one place. All is at one platform. We have to look from the very decentralized way of, looking at the issue. So without further delay, I am going to show my work, as well as I would love to take, your guys suggestions, like how we can take it further and how we can improvise it a lot, because all of you are doctors and I love to interact with doctors and have their research point of view, like this could be done in this way. You may have seen many things in your life, so I'm sharing my point of view, like what I'm doing. And yes, after 10 to 15 minutes, I would love to have your views and how we can solve a big issue, which is a waste management.
Very true, Dr.
And
Girish. We are quite inquisitive to know about exactly how we can manage
yes,
this. Please go ahead with the
yes,
presentation. Thank you.
yes, I would.
Your screen is quite visible, sir. Maybe you may have to
Thank
go
you.
on to the slideshow mode.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
So I hope now it's clear.
Good to go. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Please go.
Welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Girish Sapra, and in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I would share with you my experiences in the waste management and energy management. I have a PhD in mechanical engineering, basically in carbon footprint, from National Institute of Technology in Jalandhar. So after my PhD, I was very motivated to work for the climate, and that's why I started my startup, which is Green Brigade Private Limited. It's not my start, it's brigade means it's an army. So I'm not alone in this. I am having many researchers who are working with me, some on payment basis, some on voluntary basis. So it's an army of green engineers who are working for climate tech, and most prominently, we are providing the sustainable waste management solutions. Right, we are providing because I'm a mechanical engineer, so I'm very good in research and development, fabrication of machines, and we are dealing with some training workshops, e-waste and plastic waste recycling. And recently, we started in ESG and EPR consulting services, because ESG is what exactly we are doing. We are working for environment. We are socially uplifting the uh, living standards of our workers, and in that way, we are smoothly governing the operations or responsibilities of government sector. Like we are working with the government sector, and that I will show in the next few slides. So this is brief about me. I'm a climate and sustainability expert in Quality Council of India, New Delhi. And apart from the climate sector, I am a startup mentor with many organizations and universities in India as well as abroad. And I am certified Microsoft Innovative Educator and Google CS First Trainer. And I am proud member of Global Sustainable Future Network from last 2 years. So what is waste? So my definition of waste is it is wise approach to sustainability with technological excellence. Nowadays, everyone is talking about sustainability, but very few of them are knowing how to actually achieve the sustainability, how to actually achieve the sustainable development. And that is possible with the technological excellence as well as human inclusion. So impact of waste is quite known to everyone. Whenever we are nowadays, due to urbanization and overproduction, we are producing a lot of waste, which is creating waste management issues, and it is degrading our soil, air, and water. And because of excessive overproduction in agriculture, we have to use fertilizer to produce more, right? So it is causing adverse effect on the human and planet health, and ultimately the contamination of land, air, and groundwater, and it's a big issue nowadays. So let me briefly give a brief about my startup. So I established Green Brigade Private Limited in July 2022, and under the Companies Act of India, and we are a DPIIT certified startup. So mainly at Green Brigade, we are addressing the waste management and sustainability issues by offering a complete decentralized solution, which is helping the organization to achieve its net zero carbon emission and sustainability goals by managing their waste effectively. So our prime uh, stakeholders are universities who are targeting for net zero, and we have initiated a project with National Institute of Technology, and we are planning to make it a zero waste campus. So this is authorization letter which we are working with municipal corporation in India from the last 2 years. So this is a proud work that I have done in the last 2 years. After my PhD, I started this company, and we have taken a pilot project with municipal corporation where we are not just giving the awareness. We are, as an engineer or as an R&D person, I believe in the outcome, not just in awareness. People are speaking a lot in conferences and on different platforms, but when it comes to the outcome, they are lacking because people are not ready to take the risk in entrepreneurship, right? So that's why I choose this path, that if I have to do something, I have to start with my own, right? So I started this startup, and the outcome of this process was we employed 15 rack pickers and two supervisor and one project manager. So for starting this project, I mean, we have employed these much persons to start our project of waste collection and processing. And currently, we are doing door-to-door garbage collection, handling, and processing of waste from more than 1900 plus houses from 21 colonies and 62 bulk waste generator. And impact was like we were able to reduce the waste that was going to the dump sites and making mountains. So we have done a reduction in that, and we have saved a cost of fuel through the road optimization. I have managed planned the routes which have led to the 35% waste management reduction cost, and ultimately the reduction in the carbon footprint in waste collection, processing, and disposal. So we have achieved this, and we have empowered our rag pickers and supervisors. So we have given the 11,160 man day employment. So this was the impact of our project. We have been awarded by President of India because our work was appreciated by them, and we come in the top three cities in the citizen feedback in Swachh Bharat mission. And we are making some useful product out of the waste, like we are making compost, and now we have also initiating the biogas production from our plant, and we are making a bales out of the plastics, polythene, and multi-layer plastics, so they are not going to landfills. And in that way we are preventing the waste going to landfill and causing the air and water pollution. And we have given them the dignified employment. We are initially we were a team of 28%, but after optimization I have limited it to 18, because as a startup we are not charging anything to the government side. We are not taking even any penny from the government. From the last 2 years we haven't taken any penny from the government. I have made it sustainable through the savings that I have achieved in my PhD. So sustained this project initially for the 6 months. We were not able to achieve any output in terms of revenue, but in the 6 months we have built a strong relation with this rag pickers who were from Nepal, from Bengal, and many different parts of India like Bihar and UP. So I have built a team in the 6 months who were working with me, and I was not earning even, even some revenue out of that. But after the next 6 months, we have made it sustainable. We have started generating revenue out of the waste because we have built a trust with the rag pickers, and we are making it with GPS camera. We are regularly monitoring the day-to-day task with the route optimization, and actually having the location of vehicles and our rag pickers. So this was a problem. Why solid waste is a big problem. When I started after my PhD, I was always curious, like why waste is a big issue. The main issue was like it was unsegregated waste. When the waste was get waste get mixed. When we mix the pizza box with the vegetable peels and sauces and many other things, and we put it in a polythene bag, then it becomes a difficult. It becomes a garbage, and it's very difficult to generate any value out of that, right? Because India is generating 1.7 lakhs of tons of waste per day, and 95% of which is unsegregated. So I started doing R&D with sustaining this project. In the 6 months I was very busy with the rag pickers and government to manage the project, but in the next 6 months I was having time, so I started working on this to develop some decentralized system to handle the mixed waste. And luckily, after 6 to 7 months of hard work, I was able to fabricate a machine after so many trials where we were able to segregate the waste into dry and wet, and we were making some. Uh, we have started making some pellets out of that, which we are selling at rupees 5 per kg. So our machine can now segregate the dry and wet into different parts. And in that way, when the waste is segregated, we can make compost or biogas out of the wet waste. Compost we are already making, and we have started exploring the option in biogas because I was not having any experience in biogas. So I am searching on this to make it commercially viable. Right. And while the dry waste can be easily recycled in the form of pellets. So this is our machine which we have developed. It can segregate the mixed domestic waste into the dry and wet waste. So it was mainly for medium to oversized light carry bags with the air separation and shifting. We are and using the principle of gravity, we are separating the waste into dry and wet. Here the wet waste occurs, and here the dry waste comes. So it's of up to capacity of 5 tons per day. But by using more manpower and working hours, we can process up to 8,000 to 10,000 kg per day. So its features were we are able to segregate 80 to 85%, which is quite a lot for us. With manual labor, we can do the rest, which is not a big task. Even in half an hour, our rag pickers are able to do this, right? And we are when we are able to separate the wet and dry out waste, so we can make some useful product out of this. So we are the first startup in Punjab, which is in India, who are successfully running the waste management of entire city without taking anything from the government side. And this is our impact. We have given jobs, we have diverted the waste, and we have led to the saving of, the costing of municipalities. So we are creating jobs for ultra rag pickers from the local community. I usually on every month I take session of rag pickers where I give them techniques to raise their standard of living, how to make some useful product out of the waste. Like last month we have initiated a project to take flowers from a local temple which is a Shakti Peeth here in India, Shri Devi Talab Mandir, and we are taking waste from that uh, uh, temple, and we are planning to make uh, soaps and body wash out of that flower waste, and some dhoop batti out of that. And right, so we are doing this, and we are also working with the team of rag pickers. I am having a team of 50 rag pickers here in my local hometown in Jalandhar. And apart from this, this was my achievement in last 2 years. I have mentored one startup which is Pad Care, who is working on the solution of women sanitary pads. Because whenever I am going to colleges, they even ask me like, Dr. Sir, do you have any solution for sanitary pads? Because people are not having this, right? So I mentored a startup who is working with many big companies and big uh, corporates to manage their sanitary waste. So it is making some, it is sanitizing the sanitary waste, and it is making plastic and pulp out of that. And with proper chemical treatment, we are making granules, chemicals, and out of construction products out of this sanitary pads. And it was having a big impact, and it appeared in the Shark Tank, which and Ajinkya, who is my student. He has taken 1 CR fund. He was able to raise 1 CR at 4% equity, right? So they have upcycled 800 pads, right? So this was a simple solution, and as a mentor, I have helped them in achieving this, but all credit goes to them because this was their innovation. And I work with the Quality Council of India, and I took a session with more than 55 consultant pair for understanding the carbon footprint of municipal solid waste, where I discuss about the carbon footprint and tools and strategies to calculate the carbon footprint in solid waste. Because if we are able to manage the reduce the carbon footprint of municipal solid waste, which is a big contributor to climate change, we will do at least something for the climate. Right? And previously, we organized a eco summit where more than 100 schools from all across India participated, and we invited Sonu Sood for facilitating the young ones. So yes, if we talk about waste, everything is interlinked. Like I mentioned in the start of the session, when we are able to provide dignified employment, to our rag pickers, they are able to provide quality education to their children's, and affordable and clean energy in the form of pellets. Sustainable cities, if we are able to manage the costing of municipalities, and climate action. So all more than 9 SDGs we are targeting, and we are able to achieve, and I'm very proud of that. So this is overview of our product. Initially, these are some of the pictures. Initially, we take the mixed waste, and wet waste is separated from here, and dry waste from here. But dry waste has some, uh, dirt or dust, which is stick with that. So we give a air sorting to clean that plastic, because ultimately when plastic is clean, the product that we are making out of pellets that we are making out of plastic, that would be clean. And a clean fuel has very high, selling values. Ultimately, whosoever is going to use our product, he should be supplied with a cheap and clean fuel. Only then he will buy, because every time it's desirability, people are looking for a solution of waste, and technically feasibility, people like me and any other are having technical solution. And third thing is economic viability. Economic viability is ensure when we have the products which we are producing, those should be very much economical viable as compared to the market solutions. So this is a video of how the system works. So wet waste is getting segregated from here, and dry waste from here. Right. So there are many different kind of waste. If it is clean, we separate it very first site, and if it is mixed, then we go for air sorting, like this one. And again, we are cleaning it because our customer demand, like, sir, we want very clean fuel. There should be no dust involved in that. Then we grind it. This is one option, and we are also doing R&D on making biofuel out of this, that are under process. So then the last step is making pellets out of this waste. So these are burnable. So these were pellets, and they are having calorific value of 3,500 kilojoules per kg. So it's a good fuel and a cheap fuel as compared to coal. So this is how it works. Basically, a segregated machine to remove the wet and dry waste, and then composting machine, air sorting machine, grinding machine to produce residual derived fuel, and pelletizer machine, which can convert it into the valuable products. So in that way, we are trying in our session. I am trying to increase the salary of flag pickers, how we can uplift them, and these are some key points from my last previous session. We are trying to make self-help group of them to strengthen the internal organization. And the second point, which is my favorite, of course, adding value to the materials through technology and capitalization. I love to deal with the technology and to make it more mechanical as compared to human, because everyone deserve a dignified labor. and establishing closer linkages with public and private sector. I am working with many organizations in India, with government sector as well as private sector, to enhance the waste management. I mean, the wise approach to sustainability through technological advancement. So this is my contact details. So you can discover the secrets of handling your waste management issues with us. And people call me as a doctor of waste, and I am proud in that. If I could do something for the environment and for our Mother Nature Earth to prevent it from climate change, I would be more than happy to support any person or any company who wants to have solutions for waste management or even for sustainability and energy. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to present. If you have any
We agree
questions
with
or
you
queries.
totally. Yeah, uh, there's somebody to be let inside and just, yeah, thank you. That was a very brilliant, commendable presentation indeed. We would really congratulate you for all your efforts, Dr. Girish Sapra. And moreover, like instead of giving a summary, the thing is that what moving forward in the sense like what I could see is creating job opportunities is to be applauded and should be congratulated definitely. Uh, on the other hand, like, is it possible to make those workers as entrepreneurs or business owners so that whatever they contribute, whatever they bring as a waste, and they will be working with you and definitely with your under your guidance, and they can go and sell this products, the byproducts or the final products into the market themselves. Thereby, they can have their own company evolved, and they sort of that's our motto. Basically, G20 Youth Cabinet talks about youth are not job seekers; they are going to become entrepreneurs and become job givers. On that note, it's just a suggestion from our side, if at all it is possible, like taking forward this byproducts into the market, and they will do the business for you, and they will just have their own income, and also they grow with you in the sense that with the term of grow where you're planted. So that
Yes.
was only thing. Yeah. And then
Yes.
moving ahead, yes,
I
sure.
am. Thank you for your wonderful, suggestions. I am taking it right. Last week, I have taken a session in Kanya Mahavidyalaya here in India.
Yeah.
So they invited municipal corporation and their 50 ractakers. So they said, Dr. Girish, we would like to have a session specifically customized for them, because they they are not educated, but they are master of their own field. They are working at a very ground level. They have all knowledge and expertise, but they are not able to come out of that uh, day-to-day task, and not able to enhance their income. So I worked for 1 week to design a presentation for them, how we can uplift them, how we can increase their income. And I have designed that presentation with
Brilliant.
all the R&D and all the products that they can sell at a very high cost. For example, if I take an example of plastic waste, they were selling at rupees 10 to 12 kg in to the bigger recycler, but actual value is rupees 50. The Reliance and very big players are taking it at 50 rupees. So this is the gap which I said, you give it to me, I will take at 25 rupees from you. And right, because yes, they should be uplifted, and as a social entrepreneur, I should be also be
Yeah.
rewarded with that. So I have given them, of course, which you are saying. I have started implementing it to make them entrepreneur, to make them like I was mentioning with the flower waste. I have given them an option like when you get free. So they say we do the waste collection for 200 houses for approximately 3 hours, and then after 9:30 we are free. So I said, you come to me after rest in the evening, and you can make some useful product out of that waste. So
Yeah,
this is my vision to enhance their livelihood. I
that's
would love
very true.
to.
Yeah, this is another thing. Like for the sticks which they make,
Yes.
they can go and sell it in the market, and they will make their own living. And you have got a competitor on this platform. I'm sorry to say, Dr. Tanuja ma'am is also doing the same thing of converting flower petals, the dried ones, into
See,
incense sticks. Dr.
see.
Tanuja, can you please have your mention there? Thank you,
Sorry
ma'am.
to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. There is no competition in that because there is a huge amount of waste.
Okay,
And
collaborator, not a
yes,
competitor.
yes, I always believe in collaborator.
Yes,
Whatever
exactly.
R&D I have done,
Yes.
I can't serve the population of 140 crores in India, right? Because that's a very big number. We have to collaborate. We have to, share our findings so that we can implement it in different parts of India as well as abroad to
Yeah,
make an impact.
very true. So on that note,
Actually,
yes, yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Actually, very nice presentation, Girish, Dr. Girish. Actually, I'm also concerned. That is, I'm having a startup.
Okay,
Uh,
great.
uh, yeah, under the name of Eximo Private Limited. So we are concentrating on conversion of floral waste into agarbattis, incense sticks. So no coal. It's a pure, that is completely flower with some part of binding agent, that to natural resins. So it is successfully we are running, and it is giving a very satisfaction because we are giving an eco-friendly product to the community, and there
Yes.
is no perfumes. Everything is natural. This is one of the product I'm doing. So as so because of that, we able to reduce one, even 3/4 of the floral waste getting dumped in the landfills. So the consequence, we able to reduce the carbon footprints. So that's that I just want to share it here. And also I'm converting all the vegetables and this dry leaves, which is in our college campus. Everything is converted into vermicompost, and also the canteen waste, like the cool bis, what they are
Mhm.
producing, the fruit peels and vegetable peels. So that also we are converting into bioenzymes liquids. So now it is under research. Fortunately, I just want to share it here. It is also acting as a very good pesticide. So last week I just thrown the washed that is the waste liquid into my plant. It is completely dried and dead. Now it is full of flowers. I just want to share that. So
Yes.
so like that. So we are already it is waste. Now the waste again it uplifted, and it is used for again. That is, we have given a life. So that
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just
And
want to share it.
I will share 6 months back, we done an experiment. I took some peels from the fruit seller who was a bulk waste generator, like I was mentioning. Now we are collecting waste from 62 BWGs, bulk waste generator. So he was having a very big shop of fruit juice. And in summer, people drink a lot in a lot of juices. So he has given me a lot of fruit peels. I mean, so we make a biohygienic liquid out of that. So you will be surprised. It was when I tested the tractor sticks. It was an excellent, floor cleaner, hand cleaner, and you
Yes,
can
yes.
use it to unblock the pipes, as well as you can wash the vegetables to remove the
Correct.
preservatives. So that was
Yes.
very successful, and but I was not got the time to commercialize that product. But yes, this is with me. If you want to work on that, I can
Definitely.
share.
That's what I was about to say, Dr. Girish. Now you were talking about your army. How
Yes.
many army you want? Just mention the number. We'll be able to give you the army.
I
This
mean,
is
one person from each state of India to be start
Definitely.
with.
No issues. Not at all. Not at all.
Yes, and we
And
will
this is
by
we
one.
the
can
end of
make
the
very
day,
strong impact.
yes, exactly. With one motto that these youth are going to be job givers but not job seekers.
Yes,
So
and
we'll
I will
make them
share
all
my book.
entrepreneurs.
I will share my book with you.
Yeah.
It is just going to publish on Classroom to Boardroom. it's a journey how to start your startup.
Actually, we had the same discussion. I was addressing to all the education institutions because
Okay.
we say that temple schools are temple of learning, whereas
Yes.
those knowledge and understanding level, we have crossed those levels because the internet is just bombarded us with all information and knowledge
Mm.
sharing. So if
Yes.
at all the children are going to school, it should be for application purpose, where they have the practical inferences and practical knowledge of experimenting, exploring, experimenting, collaborating, and communicating with moving in with projects, and we should take it further. And that's how the schools are going to be, have to be in the future. If at all we are talking about sustainable education that we're coming up. We are very soon coming up with a project on education initiatives very soon, and it will be a great pleasure having you for that as well. Yes, Tanuja ma'am, if your video or your presentation is ready, we would like to just have a quick run through of that. Meanwhile, I will continue speaking. Meanwhile, you can search for your file, ma'am, please. Dr. Girish Prab, it's that coming together is a beginning. Staying together is a process. Working together is success.
Yes,
So
yes.
to optimize the success of this particular your presentation and your presence on this platform today, we would like to invite you for yet another very glorious event, which we'll be discussing with you very soon. Kindly connect with me in LinkedIn, and then like we are already connected, I know that.
Yes.
And so you can check your message, you can check your inbox, and very soon we would like to have you there in the future or in our future initiatives as well. Yes, Tanujam, I hope you're ready by this time.
Which one? Yeah, ma'am.
You are looking for something, you are trying to present something.
Yes. Shall I share it?
Yes, you can. Your screen has started sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. This is my start. Is my screen is visible?
It is visible, but the PDF is not yet opened.
Okay. It's not visible, right?
It's not opened. The PDF is not opened.
Okay. Now is it now? No.
Maybe it is loading. I'm not. I couldn't see the.
Yeah, it's not loaded.
It's not
Not
loading.
loaded.
Not
Okay.
loading. We'll come back to it towards the end of the session,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
ma'am. Yeah.
So thank you, Dr. Really, it was a wonderful presentation. And Dr. Girish, we are so happy to have you. It's our privilege of having you on our platform. Definitely, you're a role model who is going to take the lead for all our younger generation. And we really congratulate you for all your efforts. And very soon, if your book is published, we would like to have a copy of it, definitely. Moving ahead, like something is so which is coming up, for that also we'd like to invite you for that particular thing, that which will be I have already shared the details in your inbox,
Thank
so
you.
that you can have a look at it, and we can just kind of stay connected in LinkedIn and we can move forward. Thank you, Dr. Girish. Thanks for such a motivational and enthusiastic and a guiding spirit for all our younger generation. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a
Moving
lot.
ahead.
I would be more than happy to work with you and make an impact with you. Thank
Sure,
you so
always.
much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's our pleasure. Thank you, doctor. So moving ahead, it's my duty to welcome Mr. Shoaib, a student who's doing BTech EEE from BSA, Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, member of IGEL, who's going to talk about domestic resource mobilization and industrialization and energy resources. Hope Mr. Shoaib is ready. Mr. Shoaib? Yes, he has unmuted himself. That means he is ready. Tanuja ma'am, if you mute yourself, then we will be able to hear Mr. Shoaib.
Yeah, ma'am. Just a
Sorry,
minute.
ma'am. Yes, Mr. Shoaib?
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
you are
audible.
audible. Yes, yes.
Just wait a minute.
Mr. Shoaib, you can start your presentation. Start sharing your screen.
Wait, ma'am. One second, ma'am.
No problem. No issues. Is it taking time, Mr. Shoaib?
Or else we'll call Priyanka. I think she's ready now.
Yeah, Priyanka, if you're ready.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Shoaib will come back to you definitely. Ms. Priyanka, can you start sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we would like to present Mr. Shoaib will be joining us very soon once he is ready. By the time, we would like to have the presentation from Ms. Priyanka, who is a student of ITC. I don't understand the C, but definitely it is from information technology, I think. She's representing Sri Sai Ram Engineering College, a member of IGEM.
Ma'am,
Ms.
is my
Priyanka?
screen visible, ma'am?
Definitely it is visible. Kindly introduce yourself and go ahead with your presentation, Priyanka. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. This is Priyanka from Sairam Engineering College, first year from IT department. Today, my topic is planet, agriculture, food security, nutrition, and conservation of resources.
Priyanka, go ahead.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Please proceed. Your screen is not visible, Priyanka. I think you. Yeah. Go ahead, Priyanka. Please continue.
Priyanka, please don't avoid using the mouse. Instead, using the sideward arrow. Click on the screen and use the sideward arrow to move your slides. Yes. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Please go ahead, dear.
Agriculture. Yes, ma'am. Agriculture. Agriculture is one of the major sectors in India that provide livelihood to the people. The majority of the Indian population depends on agriculture as it is the major source of income and contributes around 18.3% of India's GDP. It provides food, raw materials, and employment to billions and trillions of people across the world. The term agriculture is derived from two Latin words, agri meaning soil, culture meaning cultivation. Agriculture is an applied science which encompasses all aspects of crop production, including horticulture, livestock rearing, fishing, forestry, etc. As a science, it utilizes all technologies developed the way to perform the operations of the farm in a skillful manner. Agriculture as a business aims at maximum net return through the management of land labor, water, and capital, employing the knowledge of various sciences for production of food, feed, fiber, and fuel. Agriculture in India. In India, agriculture is considered as a primary livelihood for most of the population, which can never be underestimated. Agriculture has existed for thousands of years in our country and has developed with new technologies and equipment that have replaced traditional farming methods. In India, few farmers still use the traditional farming method because they lack the resources to use modern techniques. Agriculture is the only sector that contributes to itself and other country sectors. Milestones in agriculture. Acquiring more land area for cultivation, expanding irrigation facilities, use of improved and advanced variety of techniques, water management and protection act, implementation of better tools and technology in the results of research, production increased 50% in just 4 years. And also other milestones in agriculture development is Green Revolution in the year of 1968 and Evergreen Revolution in the year of 1996, Revolution that's for water and fish, White Revolution is for milk, and Yellow Revolution is for flowers, and Biotechnology Revolution and also ICT Revolution. India in the world of agriculture. India is the global agriculture powerhouse. It is the world's largest producer of milk, pulses, and spices, and also as the largest cattle population. As well the largest under the wheat, rice, and cotton. It is the second largest producer of wheat, rice, cotton, sugar cane, farmed fish, sheep, and goat. The country has more than 195 acres of cultivation. Strength. India's agriculture scenario. Strengths are rich biodiversity, arable land, climate. Weakness are fragmented lands, illiteracy, lack of technologies, poor infrastructures. Opportunities are exports, agro-based industries. Strengths. Rich biodiversity. There are 46,000 plant species and 86,000 of animal recorded. Arable land. 428 million acres cultivated land, and a climate favorable for all year around. Unlike USA, Europe, and China, where farming is possible only 5 to 6 months a year. Weakness. Fragmentation of lands, division of lands through generations, lower profit margins for farmers, illiteracy, imported seeds, approach to money lenders than to the banks for loans. Lack of technological inputs, block farmers still prevailing. Poor infrastructure, unavailability of modern facilities to some farmers. And the opportunities are exports, developing of free trade agreements between India and other countries. Agro-based industries, machineries for agriculture, pesticides and insecticides for manufacturing industries, horticulture, research and development for hybrid plants with more productivity and nutritional elements. Information technology in agriculture. Information and communication technology in agriculture is also known as e-agriculture. It is a subset of an agriculture technology focused on information and communication processes, assisting with farm inputs, weather patterns to market information prices. Computers are becoming powerful tools. Food security. Food security exists when all the people at a time have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and preferences for an active and a healthy life. This definition is based on the three core concepts of food security that are availability, accessibility, and sustainability. If these conditions are not fulfilled by a person, then it is said to be in the state of food insecurity. Measuring food insecurity are food balance sheets, household economic approaches, and coping strategies. Dimension of food security. There are chronic food insecurity and acute food insecurity. Chronic food insecurity is the result of overwhelming poverty indicated by lack of assets. Acute food insecurity is the transitory phenomenon related to a man-made and a natural stock such as drought. Both chronic and transitory problems of food insecurity are widespread and severe in Ethiopia. Nutrition security. Nutrition security means consistent access, availability, and affordability of food and beverages that promote well-being, prevent diseases, and if needed, treat disease, particularly among radical ethical minority, lower income, rural people, and remote population, including tribal communities and insular areas. Determinants of nutrition security are household food security, care of vulnerable segments of the population, and adequate health services. Environmental and hygienic are underlying determinants of nutrition security that have a very close interrelationship. Conservation of natural resources. As human population is growing continuously, the consumption of natural resources is also increasing. With the increase of industrialization and urbanization of the modern human society, the use of all these resources is increasing day by day. If these resources are not properly managed and used, there will be a serious scarcity of these resources, so we need to conserve the natural resources. Land conservation. Land conservation is the process of protecting land its natural state. As human develop and harm ecosystem, a variety of techniques are needed to try to save the environment and protect the remaining lands. Modern techniques to provide to land conservation. Land use policy. Strict actions are taken to check the reckless felling of trees and overgrazing resources, contour plowing, the afforestation and deforestation program, shelter belts, and construction of dams. Management of water conservation. India is expected to enter the water stress category by the year 2025. So the government has taken few measures to limit the water use, like proper domestic use, efficient agriculture use, desalination of marine water, forest conservation, recycling of industrial water, harvesting rainwater, and a proper irrigation method in agriculture. Conservation of biotic resources. As the human population is increasing day by day, the consumption of natural resources are also increasing. If these resources are not properly used, there will be a serious scarcity in these resources. So the conservation measures of species conservation or in situ conservation, example the protected areas, biosphere reservations. In in situ conservation, example is botanical gardens, gene bank, etc. There are several acts which have been passed to conserve the species and their habitats. That are Wildlife Protection Act that is passed in the year of 1972 and the Forest Conservation Act that is passed in the year of 1980. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Priyanka. That was indeed a wonderful presentation. May I request Dr. B. Tanuja to
Yeah,
kindly go ahead with the summary? Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Thank you, madam. Priyanka, it is a really very great presentations. You have started from agriculture and you end with all the interrelated how the agriculture, food security, connected with the biodiversity impact. You explained very clearly, and your title is interrelated with the hunger, poverty, and health. That is the UN is focusing on to end with the hunger, poverty, and to obtain a good health for the bee. So agriculture systems today, the worldwide must be became more productive and less wasteful, I can say, and the sustainable agriculture practices and food systems includes both production and consumptions must be pursued from a holistic and integrated perspective. And for the agriculture, the land must be very healthy soil it need, and also you have addressed about the irrigations, how it would be, and also you talked about the plant genetic resources. They are the key inputs into the food productions. And the growing scarcity in many parts of the world, it make imperative to use and manage them sustainable. And also you talked about the management system to scarce the water through improved irrigations and storage technologies, and combined with the development of new drought resistant crop varieties. And also nowadays the traditional farmer, they should have the knowledge about the latest scientific technology, how to improve the farming, and that can support productive food system through sound and sustainable soil, land, water, nutrient, and pest management also, and the more extensive use of organic fertilizers. And this will increase the integrated decision making process at national as well as regional levels. It has to be encouraged. And Yeah, that's all about that. Best wishes for your presentation, Priyanka.
Thank you, Ms. Priyanka. That was again a wonderful presentation, as Dr. Tanuja was mentioning. We are quite impressed with the disciplines, different things that you've covered. Promotion of sustainable agricultural practices, so adoption of basically the efficient water usage through irrigation technologies, water harvesting, thereby talking about the conservation of natural resources, enhancement, thereby enhancing the food security and nutrition, like coming into the small scale, relating it to the small scale industries, and developing and talking about highlighting on the entrepreneurship, which will really become resilient not only for the economy fact profit, but also the climatic change and the reduction of, last but not the least, summing it up with the reduction of food loss and waste, thereby promotion of sustainable fisheries and aquaculture, also with the investment of rural development, with the key highlights that we are taking from you. With this comprehensive plan being devised, we will be able to achieve the sustainable agriculture, enhancing food security and nutrition, conserving natural resources and build resilience to climatic change, and more equitable and sustainable food system for the present and the future generation, thereby contributing to the global economy as well. Thank you so much, Ms. Priyanka. That was wonderful having you. Thank you. Moving ahead, we would like to have Mr. Perinba. Mr. Perinba, student of CSC, VIT University, Chennai, member of IGEN, is ready to present himself. And he is also going to speak on the same topic of agriculture, food security, nutrition, and conservation of natural resources. Mr.
Yes.
Perinba? Yes.
Yes, good evening, one and all
Mr.
present here.
Perinba, sorry
Thanks
to
for
interrupt. Do you want me to do the sharing? Your presentation? Will you be able to share it?
Yes, ma'am, I'll share my screen.
Okay, please.
Sure. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, one and all present here. Thanks for providing me with this opportunity. And in today's session, we'll be seeing about planet agriculture, food security, nutrition, and conservation of resources. Agriculture. So, Planet provides the most current and complete agricultural insights across every region and season. Growers can measure crop health from pre-season to harvest to farm more efficiently, profitable, and sustainability. Planet's daily stream of high-resolution satellite imagery enables precision agriculture at scale, even in regions with frequently cloud cover, providing a combination of broad area coverage, field-level detail, frequent in-season revisit rates, and rapid access. With simple cloud-based APIs, Planet's agricultural data can be integrated into your software pipeline at ease. So some of the advantages of using tech in agricultural projects or agriculture are high frequency, global coverage, field level detail, easy and efficient access, and deep historical archive. So a Sustainable Planet is an award-winning agri-tech food production company, combining agriculture technology with innovative farming practices to increase food security and combat climate changes. The most current and complete agricultural insights across every region and season. Planet agriculture faces significant challenges in ensuring food security due to increasing global populations, changing food preferences, and limited arable land. The need for sustainable investigation and climate smart agriculture is crucial to address these challenges efficiently. By 2100, the global population is projected to reach 10.4 billion, requiring a 50 to 70% increase in food production, leading to a substantial rise in greenhouse gas emissions. Green Revolution. The Green Revolution significantly boosted food production, but modern agricultural practices must focus on optimizing water and nutrient management, reducing waste, and implementing a circular economy model for sustainable agriculture. Collaboration, innovation, and strategic partnerships are essential to transform agriculture for enhanced food security while preserving the planet's resources. Food security. Food security encompasses various aspects such as availability, access, utilization, stability, and nutrition to ensure all individuals have reliable access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food for healthy life. It involves both unintentional and intentional aspects to safeguard the food system from contamination and malicious attacks. Achieving food security requires addressing factors like food availability, adequate incomes, and increasing agricultural productivity. The ultimate goal of food security is to eliminate hunger, including hidden hunger caused by malnutrition, which affects the health and productivity of individuals worldwide. Government plays a crucial role in optimizing food security by ensuring access to nutritious food beyond mere subsistence, aligning it with other elements of national security for a comprehensive approach. Nutrition. Nutrition plays a crucial role in various aspects of health, including sports performance, immune system, function, pediatric development, and education. Proper nutrition is essential for athletes to achieve optimal results. In pediatric care, adequate nutrition in the neonatal period is vital to prevent adverse effects on mortality and neurological development. Nutrition also significantly impacts the immune system with micronutrients from plant based foods supporting immune cell production and overall health, potentially reducing the risk of severe COVID 19. Moreover, nutrition education among teachers in schools is more prevalent at the elementary level, with a growing interest in non face to face online nutrition education to adapt current challenges like the COVID 19 pandemic. Overall, nutrition is a fundamental component influencing various aspects of health and well being across different populations and ages. SDGs and their impact on agriculture. Food security, nutrition, and sustainable agriculture constitute fundamental elements that significantly help in the attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These goals are a globally shared blueprint that calls for peace and prosperity among all people in the planet. Focusing on food security and nutrition is directly linked to SDG 2, which seeks to end hunger, achieve more food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Beyond SDG 2, these themes also relate to other SDGs such as Goal 3, Good Health and Well-being, Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, and Goal 13, Climate Action. The relationship between sustainable agriculture and these goals is profound. By promoting eco-friendly farming methods, we reduce the environmental footprint, mitigate climate change, and ensure the long-term sustainability of food production system. Conservation of resources. Resource conservation means safeguarding precious resources such as minerals, wildlife, etc. Resource conservation also involves judicious use of resources to avoid waste and allow the environment to rejuvenate. Why is conserving resources important? Humans rely on natural resources for survival, but not all resources are renewable. The food and water we consume, the air we breathe, and the shelter we make all derive from resources, so we must take steps to conserve what we have to encourage the health and longevity of humankind and the planet. Human activity mainly use non-renewable resources such as fossil fuels, which are responsible for massive spike in climate change. By conserving these resources, we can reduce greenhouse gas emissions and can have positive impact on the environment. 8 ways to conserve natural resources at home. Number 1. Use less water. Taking shorter showers or turning off the faucet while brushing your teeth can reduce wastewater in your home. Number 2. Turn off the lights when it is not in use. Number 3. Use of renewable energy such as the solar energy or wind powered energies. Number 4. Recycle. Making new products requires the use of resources, but recycling helps the materials which we already have. Number 5. Compost. Composting is a great way to convert your food scraps into useful materials for your home garden. Number 6. Choosing reusable goods. Avoiding single-use plastics is another way to conserve the resources. For example, instead of buying plastic cups or plastic bottles, we can use paper plates or plates which are disposable after use. Number 7. Managing your thermostat. Heating and air conditioning make up approximately half of your energy bill, but lowering the heat by just 2 degrees in the winter can help to conserve energy. Number 8, thrift shop. It can take over 600 gallons of water to make single coconut t-shirt. Buying second-hand clothing can reduce the amount of reusable clothing that ends up in landfills by extending its life cycle. Thrift shopping increases the amount of time between the use and disposal phase of a garment's life cycle. So that's all for today's session. I hope it is informative. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perinvar. We really appreciate your consistency and your persistent approach for doing the presentation here on this platform. And thank you so much. Thanks for all your interest and your efforts for being here. On that note, may I welcome Dr. Tanuja to do the summary and then I'll take over. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rathivan. The 8 ways to conserve the natural resources shows your commitment. So it's wonderful for
Yes.
that is very very important, because as a youth you are the responsible for the nation's for the sustainability. Thank you. Best wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perinva. Atiban, sorry. As ma'am was mentioning, charity begins at home. And if at all we are talking about change or earmarking a change in the society, the change should begin in you. You be the change that you wish to see in the society. Thanks for doing that particular mention, which with which we are quite impressed. And yes, we would love to work with you more and more as such in the future projects. And it's always a pleasure having you. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Um, See, we could see that he has tried to present to using his mobile. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Right. Moving ahead, it's only, the commitment, the level of commitment and the enthusiasm the young people are showing that really keeps the whole project agile. Thanks for your brilliant support. Thank you, dear. Moving ahead, may we please hear from Mr. Shoaib if he's ready? Mr. Shoaib?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm audible, ma'am.
Yeah, you're audible. Is this Mr. Shoaib?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This mobile is Mr. Shoaib.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So,
Ma'am,
Mr.
my
Shoaib
screen is
is.
visible, ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, one and all present here. Myself, Shoaib, pursuing electrical and electronics engineering at B.S. Abdurrahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. Okay, now I'm going to deliver my speech on topic domestic resource mobilization and industrialization and energy sources. So these are the contents for the today's session. So next we move to the introduction. The word mobilization refers to act of gathering and utilizing resources typically for a specific purpose as economical development or national defense. Like industrialization also refers to it's a process of developing industries and transiting from agrarian based economies to industrial economics. Like it's about expanding the ways and source through which a country raises funds within its own borders, moving beyond traditional methods like taxes to include savings, investments, and natural resources. Next, we move to the DRM. DRM is resource mobilization. So, allocating funds and resources from within a country's own economy to finance development initiative activities, government expenditures, and infrastructure projects. So, in the given picture, I explain the five ways to improve DRM, which is nothing but domestic resource mobilization. The first one is tax reform. Second one is procurement reform. Third one is public financial management reform. Fourth one is anti-corruption training, and final one is increased private sector investment. So these are the 5 ways to improve the DRM. And next we move to diversify. It is nothing but it's essential to reduce dependency on external sources, mitigate economic risk, promote self-reliance and enhance stability by broadening revenue streams and resource allocation methods. Countries can build resilience, adapt to changing circumstances, and foster sustainable economic developments. In the given picture, I give the connections between the diversification, like asset classes, companies, locations, capitalizations, time and style, etc. So which next we move to sustainable industrialization. So it is sustainable industrialization involves developing industries in a way that minimizes negative environmental impact, ensure social inclusivity, and promote long-term economic viability. So it is mainly focused on minimum negative environmental impacts, optimizing resources efficiency, and fostering inclusive development. So this picture represents the sustainable industrialization triangle. So it involves three corners like wealth creation, environmental sustainability, and social development. So these are the three main corners of industrial innovation. And next we move to if you go for energy security, it's reliable and affordable access to energy sources needed to support economic activities. Like it ensures that a country can meet its energy needs without disruption, reduces vulnerabilities to supply disruptions, price fluctuations, and geopolitical risks. So in the graph we can see the data of various fuel consumptions. The major one is uh, gas consumption. This is this is used highly, and next one is coal consumption, and third one is oil consumption, and rest of the usages are solar, wind, nuclear, hydro, and etc. So if we improve diversification, we have some strategies, like they are tax reform, encouraging savings and investments. Third one is developing natural resources, promoting entrepreneurships. Nowadays, most of the institutions are promoting entrepreneurship skills to students. So it will definitely impact the diversification. And final one is strengthening financial institutions. So here I take one case study on topic diversification in Norway. Like Norway is a notable case study in successful diversification effects. Like despite being rich in oil resource, the country has strategically invested in renewable energy and technology sectors to reduce dependence on fossil fuels and promote sustainability industrialization by leveraging its oil worth. Norway was founded research and development in renewable energy technologies such as hydroelectric power and wind energy. This diversification strategy has not only supported the fostered innovation, job creation, and economic growth in non-oil sectors. Consequently, Norway stands an example of how diversifying domestic resources mobilization can lead to long-term economic prosperity and energy security. So we go for conclusion. In the summary, diversifying domestic resources mobilization is essential for sustainable industrialization and energy security. By expanding the sources of funding within your country borders, nations can reduce reliance on external sources, promote self-sufficiency, and enhance economic stability. Moving forward, priority diversification strategies is crucial for fostering inclusive economic growth, environmental sustainability, and resilience to external uncertainties. Together, we can pave the way for a more prosperous and sustainable future. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Shoaib. That was a wonderful presentation indeed. And we really appreciate your consistent efforts for presenting it amidst us today. On that note, may I welcome Dr. Tanuja ma'am with the summary for you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. That was a really wonderful presentation, Shafik. And you addressed about the self-sufficiency, empower nations to meet the sustainable living, and also you talked about the revenue base, thereby the stable financial foundation for the sustainable development initiatives you addressed, and thereby balancing the economic, environmental, and social consideration. And also, you talked about the sustainable industrialization, which aims to meet the current needs without compromising the ability to future generations. So all the industries, they have to follow the green energy, so that that tracks reformations, and that also helps to consume the natural resources, and also it go for circular economy instead of taking again and again the natural resources, deploying the natural resources. The industry sectors can follow the circular economy for the sustainability, and also that leads to promoting entrepreneurships, you told, and which strengthen the financial institutions. And so these kind of initiatives, all the industries sectors, they have to follow, so that a green industrialization will be happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shoaib, and thanks to Dr. Tanuja ma'am for such wonderful summary. Definitely, if we are able to, countries can harness the domestic resources effectively and drive industrialization for a transition towards a sustainable energy systems contributing to the economic development, environmental sustainability, and it will definitely lead for a social progress and for a greener and sustainable global economy as well. Thank you, Mr. Short. It's wonderful having you. We're quite impressed with your presentation, and we'd like to have you for more and more sessions with us. Thank you. So, on that note, maybe extend a welcome to Dr. Khalid. Dr. Khalid Hamid. He was here. Dr. Khalid?
It's not here.
No, he was here. Professor Khalid? Yes.
Yeah, as actually he's here. He's in meet.
Yeah, he's in the meeting. Professor Khalid?
Yes, hello. I have error actually in
Yes.
internet. I'm so sorry. Yes,
It's a,
yes,
sorry.
it's a public issue. Okay, that's my presentation now.
Yes, Professor, please.
Okay, I do all the best I can, but don't worry if it will be off because really I have issue and public issue in my in area for internet. I'm so sorry for that.
Definitely, we know that it's going to be a pearl drop in the ocean.
Okay, I will try to do all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, just I will start quick to share my presentation.
Yeah. By the way, Professor Khalid Hamid is ITA Global Director of Education and is official partner of WBECS, and he is going to present on the topic Human Resource Development and Employment. So over to you, Dr. Khalid, please.
Okay, I'll start now.
Yes, Professor, your screen is loading.
Okay. I hopeful. You got it now?
Yes, Professor. Maybe you have to really come on to the slideshow mode.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing. Yes, now?
Now it is? Yes, Professor, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sufeza, for this opportunity. And thank you for everyone coming here to see my presentation. It's my pleasure to share something for my knowledge, what I have to share to you. About me, actually, I'm a professor in education development, also in international and American education, and also pro coach in WPEX, and also ambassador for Egypt in global mindset that for coaching. About this topic today, I want to share why I attend for this topic, because actually I have experience for human resource management development, because I got certificate from Boston College about HR, and also about also I got a certificate from Canadian also institutes for HR also. And also I became as international certificate foundation for coaching. I like kind of ICF for coaching also. And also I became ambassador for T4 education since 2022. Now 2 years now. Until now, I still ambassador for T4 education.
Hello. I think we have lost Professor. Oh. Okay. So on that note, I think we'll wait for Professor for some time. I open the forum to the participants, all the participants, such that we can do the summary. By the time the Professor joins, we will go ahead with them. We'll start with Ma'am Tanuja, please. Dr. Ma'am Tanuja, would you like to share it in the chat box?
Yeah.
Or I can help you presenting it?
Shall I present now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Yes, Professor is
I
back.
have a problem. Yeah, ma'am. Just a minute. Just
Professor?
getting it. Yeah, now I think. Yes, is my screen
Yes, I come back
now?
again.
Okay, yeah. So after this.
Okay, stop sharing.
No, it's okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
So, Professor, would
Shall
you
I
like
proceed?
to, because he already has problem with his connectivity. So,
Yes, it's up to you because I have issues. I have next in the hand to fix anything. Just a moment. If I want share now, okay.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Doctor Vitiano. Maybe you can following your presentation. No problem.
Yes. Shall I proceed, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Actually, yes. So I just want to take only few minutes. Sorry. So this is about my company. The startup name is Eximo. It is a society concerned sustainable company. Actually, I'm fortunate to get this opportunity from my institution because for the good cause only I have started this project to manage our institutional waste what we are generating. So initially we don't have any startup ideas, but after getting a very good products from our side, it turned up into startup. The name called Eximo. So here we are converting all the solid waste we are generating from our institution to a valuable fertilizers and also eco-friendly products such as floral incense sticks, and right now we are concentrating on bioenzymes liquids. So it plays a very significant act as a very good fertilizers for the enrichment of the plant. So actually, I have not prepared for the presentation. I'm just having my slides. I'm just sharing here. So this is one of the product called vermicompost. So here we are doing a research on this by taking different leaves, and we are testing what is the NPK ratio, and also we are validating the vermicompost for which plants it suits. So both research as well as products we are doing. So first initially we are collecting and subjected to hard composting, because directly it cannot be composted using earthworms, because earthworms are very sensitive to the pH, temperature and moisture. And we have engineering students, so they are doing a very good projects on this vermicompost pit. They have designed IoT sensors by which completely automated, so that the earthworms survive very healthy, and they reproduce more. As a result, within 15 days we are able to get a very good compost, and we are started selling that. And the next, this is our approach. Here we are collected whatever the dry leaves, shredded leaves, and it is subjected to hard composting. For first, initially it took 20 days to compost, but now the microbials are present in the compost itself, so it takes only 10 days for this hard compost. And this is an IoT sensors we are using, so to monitor the pH of the soil and temperature, and also the moisture content of the soil, because all these conditions are very important for the survival of the worm, that is earthworms. And in addition to this vermicompost, we are getting a value addable product called vermiwash. We didn't expect that initially, but we collected during the decomposition of this process. So that is called a vermi liquid. By searching in the that is Amazon, we very shockingly found that the price was it's cost around 250, but we are getting during decomposition at a free of cost, and also it is having a high nutrient potential in it. So I can suggest this is a very good what a business. Everyone can do this as a business mode, because our aim is to reduce all the solid waste and before going to the landfills, and so this will be a very good a business mode for everything, and it is also profitable. And not only that, for the good cause we are doing, so as a result, the livelihood of the women also improved here, because these projects we are carrying in the nearby villages. So there some SHC, that is self-help women are there. They are we have given awareness, and also we are given training to them. Now they are actively doing, and then we are able to got very good products, and now they are able to get some funds out of it, that is earning out of it. And this is a second that is waste conversions. So we have a beautiful temple in our campus, so their beautiful garlands are there. So I thought of giving a life to that garland ever. So that makes a sense in conversion of flower waste into this kind of agarbattis. So it is purely eco-friendly. There is no coal. So 10 parts of flower we are mixing, and only 1 part binding agents, that to natural resins. So here it is collected and then separated, segregated, and dried in hot sun, so that the natural fragrance is retained. And this is an hydraulic machine, very simple and is cost affordable. And this is a mixer machine. So using these machines, we are able to get this kind of the cones, agarbatti cones. And if you want to enhance the Dagnus, we can mix some that is resins, so which improve the quality. There is the fragrance of the agarbattis, and this is the final product. It is the smoke is very what it is a very pleasant smell, and a divine smell we are getting, and it is healthy also. So in that way, we are very satisfied in giving a eco-friendly product. So what to the community, and not only that, we are able to give some job opportunity to the rural women. So these are all our products. And next, we are trying for the bioenzymatic liquids, which is we have started from our pool bus, the canteen. So daily, they are be able to get 2 or 3 kgs of vegetable, as well as that is fruit peels. So it is a very simple process by which we are able to convert that into a bioenzyme liquids. It can be used as a cleansing agents, and now only I found that it can also used as a very good pesticides. So I'm very proud in giving such products to the community instead of throwing as a landfills. So that's all about that. So I just want to show some pictures. So the here my the co-workers, they are working, and the student team we have. This is the photo showcase for your glimpse. This is earthworms, and this is vermicompost, and we are doing this process effectively, and this is a machine, and this is our product. That's all. So this is my coach always I use. Before printing, we have to think about the environment, because every 3,000 A4 paper cost 1 tree. So we should not waste. So we have to think about that. Thank you for the opportunity, madam. That's all about my presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Tanuja. And I think having shared so much, there is one Tamil saying. I'm sorry to take my regional language here. It is Meri Kudam Talwar.
Yes, ma'am.
That means empty vessels makes much noise, whereas less is more. Like, thank you, ma'am. And I'm sure that you will be having your Insta page where you'll be sharing all your reels. I think you should start doing it, and so that it's my thing is that I always believe even a small thing which I know, I would like to go onto the rooftop and say it loudly to everyone, so that anybody who is going to make use of it, let them use it. It's like if it is applicable to you, well, make use of it. I'm always there to support, and it's like that. So having done so much, I think you should go onto your rooftop and say it loudly to others. Where you will have more and more followers, and you will really make yourself proud and our nation proud. And one more saying which comes to me, it's like if you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation, as Dr. James Emmanuel has done. So thanks for being here, and definitely becoming and evolving as an entrepreneur. You are highlighting one more SDG goal, that's women empowerment, and it's a great pleasure having you, ma'am. Wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you. That was a brilliant presentation. Thanks for all those insights. Yes, Professor, we are back with you.
Yes, I'm here again. Sorry for this trouble.
It's fine. Please go ahead,
Okay, no
Professor.
problem.
Thank you. Your screen is, we're able to see your screen, Professor. Maybe you need to start your slideshow mode. Now it is. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, now, okay. Let me start quick about today. We'll talk about the HR, actually. What is the very important you have to know, actually. And later in the future, we can add something more about this topic. Let me share something about the HR. what is the role of HR employee development actually? HR professionals work closely with managers and employers to design and implement training programs tailored to the organization's needs. They also monitor the effectiveness of those programs and adjust them as needed to ensure that they continue to meet the organization's following needs. Also, human resource management involves creating personal policies and procedures that support business objective and strategic plan. Central to this mission is fostering a culture that reflect core value and empower employers to be as productive as possible. And also have to know what about the development of human resource. Human resource development is the process of increasing the knowledge, the skills, and the capacity of all the people in society and economic terms. It could be described as the accumulation of human capital and its effective investment in the development of economy. And also, what about if what we do, why we do we need human resource development? Because human resource development refers to an assortment of training programs that help people adjust to their new rules and learning more about the organization, its culture, a protocol of for HR department teaches employees skills they may need for a job and grant them access to resources that can help them successful. And also, how many stages are there in HR? HR life skill steps include business strategy, HR strategy, organization design, job and team design, and HR planning, visions, culture, induction and assessment and appraisal and training and development, engagement and reward, career management and exit. What is the role of HR management? Again, a human resource development manager access the development needs of an organization, plans, training courses, implements training programs, and measures the results. A human resource development managers takes economists, auditing, and assisting learning and development needs. What are the HR policies? HR policies cover a variety of different aspects of human resource management, such as requirement and dress code, overtime convention, and vaccine and sick days and personal leave and performance evaluation and termination. There's many things. Thank you for this. Now, just let me stop sharing because I would just a moment. I'll also change the extension to discuss more about this. Sorry for this.
Yes, Professor.
Now, yes. Actually, the meaning of this topic for today, there is many things about this. We have many topics about HR. That's a little bit let you know about how we can continue towards HR. But actually, I proved coach since 10 years ago. There's a lot of topics how can help the people in their work, how they can continue in qualified work. There's many topics they can follow in this. Later, maybe in the future, we can create session special to let them how they can be in the right way in their position, because you have to know what is the rules of the working, how you can contact with the owner and company. That's very important to let them in long life working. That's very important. Coach, as you coach now, actually, Dr. Silvesia, actually, what about coaching? It's very important. Coaching, you can coach in education, you can coach in your life, actually, as a person. It's very important. Later, we can also share more about all topics for HR. I am so happy to share that in the future. Thank you, and I'm so sorry for unsettable for the issue in my internet. Yeah, it's the public issue. I cannot do anything. Thank you. Maybe next time it will be great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. It's always great. It's our pleasure having you on our show.
Thank you.
As you have rightly mentioned, human resource culture refers to the values, beliefs, practices, and the policies that shape up how human resource function within an organization. And it includes attitudes and behaviors of the HR professionals and the overall approach to managing people and promoting the well-being of the people who are involved in it. Well, a positive HR culture is characterized by the transparency, fairness, and collaboration, and with a strong focus on employee development and engagement. So it is very crucial in shaping up the overall environment such that they evolve. There should be an evolution process for the organizational effectiveness which is involved in it. So it's a vital as you have mentioned, it is a vital responsibility of each and every citizen, not only the HR department, not only the people who are managing them, but for as a citizen, basically as a human. It is very, very important to have a culture, a human resource culture based on the platform of respect, such that we are able to respect each other in the term of working together. Yes, promoting work-life balance and promoting a very healthy ecosystem such that it is able to ensure financial stability and success and social compliance, etc., etc., etc. Very soon, as you have rightly guided, definitely we will have a special topic evaluate on the basis of HR culture, and we will definitely take it up, and we will definitely have you for that session. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, also it's very important. Also, they continues actually, even the students actually, because the students actually they will be they work in the future. They have to know how they following their life to get qualified work. They have to be qualified action for all work. That's I will do. Thank you. If there any question, I can ask if you. Ask you any question, please.
We will come to the question round now. We have time permits. Before we end, we would like to have a say from each one of the participants, and after that, towards conclusion, we will go into the question. We are starting with Dr. Tanuja, ma'am. If you have got anything to say, then thank you.
Yes, it's very nice. So actually, the session was really wonderful. So actually, we covered all the topics. The speakers they concentrated on agriculture, food security, and nutrition, conservations of resources, and also financials, inclusions, remittance with inclusive business and green. And also we had a speaker on partnership, domestic resources, mobilization and industrialization, energy resources, and finally we have people, human resources development and employment. And Dr. Girish also talked about the pathways forward, innovations and digitalizations. So complete what a sustainable the speakers they have shared. So very wonderful. And also I would like to add what my institutions are doing. I'm very proud to share it about the institution because my institutions they are taking care about the students' mind. So they are promoting. They are having a systematic way for the commitment of the society they are doing. I just want to share the few words here. Actually, usually the transforming education, knowledge, and skills for the community must be one of the vision of the all the institutions. Usually, I used to think, and all the institution they have to have a vision in transforming the education, knowledge, and skills to the community and for the community. Actually, our college, that is IRM Engineering College, we have an office of innovation called as an Sairam Innovative Ecosystem there, where comprehensive, well-crafted programs they are encouraging and indigenous student innovations on STG solutions along with support for setting up a startup and also incubations they are motivating. And actually this program is implemented in stages with overall objective of converting the students' ideas into startup and patternable technologies. Actually, the program is implemented in 4 stages called as an immersion program that is called a generation of idea for the first year. And for the second year, they have it is taken as a live in lab. So whatever idea they got through the immersion program, so it is implemented in the live in lab to check the feasibility and to enhance ideas. So this is the second year students they do as a mini project, and also they develop some prototype. And at the third year, they develop as a project development, I can say. So where they can go for product, final product, filing patents, and also they convert as a startup. So both the third years as well as final year, they concentrate on the conversion of whatever prototype they developed during the second year. So it has been converted as a startup. So this is called as a Sairam STG Ideathon first year. It is named as a Ideathon at first year, and Solvathon at second year, Innovathon at third year, and Inspirathon at final year. So by which whatever the idea, the engineering idea they have based on the SDG goals, only exclusively on SDG ideas only we are encouraging. So those ideas are converted into a problem solving called as a solvathon, and the innovathon in the third year, and finally it is converted as a product which is called as an inspirathon. So where they can go for startups, and we are also encouraging because we have an incubation centers where we are giving an opportunity to go with startups, and also we are financially we are also supporting for the students. So this ecosystem is implemented right from the first year undergraduation to the final year. So to obtain the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, that is the main objective of our all these programs. So one more thing, one student, one startup. That is the main focus of this complete Sairam innovation ecosystem. And Sairam institution also encourages the students to connect with the community welfare forums like G20, IGN, UBA, NSS, YRC, NCC, Red Ribbon clubs, and even disaster manager clubs we have. So which foster the students as grow with the society concern, and not only which became as a culture to protect the community. So this is the thing the SIRM is doing, and that is why our students are here very eagerly they are participating and they are connecting here. That's all I just want to share it here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Brilliant, one, brilliant. I like that. One student, one
Startup. One startup, one startup.
one student. That's brilliant, actually. Actually, it is more related to the core needs of the UK curriculum, because engage, explore, experience, express, evaluate, and equip. So that is more related to it. It's wonderful. It's something very novel method that you've implemented. So that's really great. Yes. Who would like to contribute next? Are we going to hear from? I think it's from Dr. Girish Safra. Dr. Girish, would you like to have your final word? Dr. Vishnu Padabos, yes.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. That distinguished speakers, scholars, students. Uh, Today the topic is very, a meaningful topic we have discussed here in the global platform. Actually, we all are striving to achieving the sustainable development goal. So it is a big, broad area, and this all are mainly a reason behind is global warming and climate changes. So before industrialization, natural system was very perfect. After industrialization, due to surplus greenhouse gases and carbon dioxide, this all disbalance has happened, mainly global warming and climate change. And this global warming and climate change disbalance many things. That's what the United Nations again formed a 17 Sustainable Development Goal to cover all these things, mitigate the problem of global warming and climate change. So definitely action needed from the global community, from the global citizen, from the educated person, from the researchers. So here I have seen today, it is a really action has been taken uh, to achieving the global sustainable development goal. That Dr. Girish sir has developed a very innovative idea to recycling waste, and Dr. Tanuja madam also developed a very excellent idea to develop a vermicompost and things, which is very environment friendly, and these all are satisfied to the line of sustainable development goal. And so in that way, this is a very effective program, and this is a very I could say that it's a global platform where we can learn many things, and we can exchange and share our knowledge across the globe. And so a special thanks Dr. Sibidda Kumar, who has taken the initiative to introduce this platform, and also Dr. Khalid sir, Dr. Girish sir, Tanuja madam, all speakers, students, all are contributing here. It's a limitless and invaluable capital and knowledge they are sharing. So these all are line of sustainable development goals. So in that way, thank you so much. It is a grateful to you, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much. Thanks for those kind words. Yes, Miss Roshni. Yes, Professor. Professor, please. Professor Khalid.
Yes, I was hard club, but no problem. Yes, I want to say comment actually, and thank you very much. Actually, Dr. Tripedia, as usual, you did fantastic session. Actually, I feel that like we are contact in one topic. Actually, what about this? We have to grow with sustainability for all people around the world. I feel happy for that because the professional actually he updated every time. I'm so appreciate his knowledge and his presentation also, and also Dr. P. Tanyoja. Daniel, yeah, thank you. And also the all presentation, professional presentation today, it's really amazing. I'm so happy, and I hope for you very successful for next sessions. Also, Dr. Serveja, you work hard every time. You work hard. That's I appreciate your work. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Roshni, please.
Yes, ma'am, here. So today was really special, and also I feel a bit missing all because this is our last day, and also like everyone shared whatever I thought, but still, last thing which I would call for action is every step counts, and everything starts from a home, and where I mean home as a schools and colleges. Why? Because the next generation is in the hands of youth, right? So we have to take more initiatives. We have to collaborate with SDGs, where all the institutions now are focusing on SDGs. Why? Because in our college we have a separate course, like a separate subject for SDGs. Whatever we do are aligned with SDGs, so which are really helpful for us. And we own our own startups and funded projects with our highly advanced workshops there. So I'm really happy to be here. I've gained more experience and gained more people, especially like you. So let this journey continue and we'll success more. Thank you.
Sure, dear. Sure, always. Yes, Mr. Niranjan, please. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, may I be allowed to share my screen? Yeah, thank you. So, hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
screen is yours.
but yeah.
Yeah, so this is what we came up with. This is G20 Youth Cabinet with the 2030 Agenda and Development. Our presidency has enabled implement the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and Addis Ababa Action Agenda, AAAA. So with on 4th of February, we started with Education 360 with the presidency as ensure inclusive, equitable, quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. That was again a wonderful session. Thanks for all those speakers who have joined on that platform. On the 11th of Feb, Sunday again, we just met to discuss on Shakti Spectrum, which on through which we spoke about women empowerment and Yuga Yuva Global for youth empowerment. We had our presidency as a paradigm shift from the individual development to leadership development and community partnership, such that we, as taking Ms. Tanuja on this platform as a role model for today, like we were talking about women-led empowerment and youth-led empowerment, as Dr. Vishnu Padapus and Dr. Sapra as an example, like youth-led empowerment. So moving ahead, like on the 18th of Feb, on Sunday, we talked about digitalization and innovation, science stream vocation employability towards the NPR, that is Next Production Revolution, where we had our presidency to initiate, innovate, incorporate, integrate, and innovate through a skilled workforce towards sustainable, where our focus was on Industry 4.0 through and through. And to 25th, and also developing, as Dr. Professor Khalid was mentioning, the ecosystem for working together. So that was also a cream of talk that day. On 25th February, Sunday, we were talking about energy resources of sources, sustainability and employability, where our presidency were talking about efficient and sustainable use of natural resources with 3 hours and R3 dialogue, where we were talking about making a sustainable use of the resources which are available. And 3rd March, Sunday, we talked about health and wealth, where we spoke about agriculture and food security at length, where our presidency was talking about consolidate health practices and priorities to achieve convergence in the health cooperation and integrated action with the global view of GVC patterns, opportunities, and the role of the policy. And 10th March, Sunday, we talked about entrepreneurship and MSME, relating it to the business and industries which are related to, and the moderate and strengthen the industrial units to make them globally competent and sustainable. On 17th March, we talked about the inclusion of financial architecture and international growth, where our presidency talked about accelerated, inclusive, resilient growth. On 24th March, we talked about international trade taxation with trade, investment, and export and imports, where our presidency talked about reform, reshape, restructure, reconstitute the international trade fabric and the international tax architecture. On 31st March, we talked about culture, heritage, tourism for a sustainable future. And on the 7th April, that's today, we summit up the 2030 agenda of sustainable development. Well, all put together, there is only one thing that we all go in for, that is Vasudeva Kutumbakam. That's a Sanskrit phrase from the ancient scriptures, ancient Indian scriptures. That means the whole world is one, is my family. And it means what is the purpose, what is the meaning, and why is it important? Because it promotes the global perspective and prioritize the greater good over individual or the family interest. So basically, whatever we do, as goes my saying, is like celebrate every single moment of your life as vast evolve as self, community, and terrain, such that evolution should happen within yourself, be the change that you wish to see, and bring the change to the community such that we are able to take it to the national level and the international level. And it also, in doing this, what happens? It encourages the working together, working in collaboration, the welfare of others, fostering global solidarity and the responsibility on various issues. It's not only SDG goals, on whatever issues which is being prevalent in our society, including climatic change, be it sustainable development for peace and tolerance, inclusiveness, etc., etc., such that we are all under one group, under one umbrella. That is one world, one family. End of the day, it is only one word, one earth that we have, and it is as a citizen, it is our duty to take care of it. And so, on that note, if at all, as an educationist, I would like to sum it up with only one thing. If at all these things happen, what is required is only educating. Educate people. Whomever last week also I placed this request with all the students community. Whatever you know, talk to people, express it. We don't need to be an introvert. As Tanuja ma'am has come up with so many initiatives today, I'm so happy with her that she's able to share the platform as Dr. Sapra was doing it, as Dr. Vishnu Padakas is always there, because Professor Khalid is there. And definitely, see, looking at these people, our student community will get motivated. They will go and talk to their friends, such that we create an awareness, we create a platform or a modem or a channel of talking to people, relating it to them, getting into their shoes, and bringing them into our shoes such that we are able to share. And this can happen with only one thing. As I always say that the future of the civilization is written to a greater extent being written on the walls of the classroom. Now it's only not on the walls of the classroom. Wherever we are, we have to educate people. And it is of paramount importance to create such an ideal ambience as educators. It is our importance, it is our responsibility, paramount responsibility of each and every adult individual to create that ideal ambience that could shape the minds of these generations to as greater inheritors of the earth. So it is our duty to take it forward to the younger generation. And it's not that we need to guide them. They know it much better. They are capable of doing much more things. And give them a free hand, be there as a fixator such that they are able to do it. And on what respect? On the platform of respect, on a mutual respect. Let's learn to respect the younger generation such that they will be eager to work with us on the platform of respect, such that a true enlightening education built on the basis of love, respect, commitment, and devotion will cultivate a curious, adaptable mind grounded with open minded learning and guided by moral principles that is applicable to the real world. Relate education to nature, as ma'am was doing. We have got so many role models, so many examples on this platform today. Relate education to nature, such that take the things from the nature, give it back to the nature, give it back to the community. So, this kind of education instills a deep sense of self reliance, self discipline, honesty, and courage. Encourage the students in the minds who will remain steadfast in the commitment in whatever they are doing. And they will do only what is right, no matter how challenging situation comes. They will manage all the situations. They will manage all the hardships. They will just make all these difficulties into dust. Really, believe me, that's the power of the youth. So let's give the mantle to the youth. Let them take it forward. Let's empower our younger generation such that they don't become job seekers. There are going to be no job seekers in the younger generation. Everyone is going to turn into an entrepreneur. They will have their own commitment. They will have their own responsibility to the community. They will take it forward to the community, being a person who is a leader. So let's create leaders in this, and they become individuals equipped with the skills to tackle the new challenges enthusiastically and embrace new opportunities with a sense of duty. And they will create such a cult of respecting and celebrating differences that are sculptured in the values of understanding, love, empathy, and tolerance to emerge as innovative leaders who are determined to effect this transformative change, a paradigm shift in their communities and the wider world. They will become most dependable, most trustworthy citizens of the world, inspiring others to follow in the footprints and bring a positive contribution to the society, thereby making our world a better place to live in on the as said in our own tradition. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is always order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is always peace in the world. So that's how the right attitude in the right direction will build a platform of respect that will ensemble a cultural experience as education as a shared social commitment to the human rights and the social responsibility of all states and citizens, where respect for self, respect for one's cult and the custom, respect for others, respect for human values, respect for the community, respect for the community living, and respect for the nature is being celebrated, cherished, and that will catalyst the change for a cultural commitment. As said in our Upanishads, Asatoma Sadgamaya, lead us from lead, lead us from ignorance to truth, that is self-realization. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, lead us from darkness to light, that is enlightenment. Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya, lead us from enlightenment to liberation. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thereby we will vouch for a peaceful coexistence, making our world a better place to live in. Thus, this unique experience of not only G20 Youth Summit, on the whole, is compared to an intricate art of pottery making, where every touch of the potter's hand is like more like every rotation on the wheel shapes a wet clay into delicately refined misshapen pottery. Each day spent in this is where the environment is thoughtfully crafted to foster a deeper bond on the basis of respect, empathy, and sharing while creating a sturdy foundation for our future. Thereby, all our five fingers are united towards a common goal, with a position of skill to take forward the mold and surpass the expectations, resulting in a beautifully crafted masterpiece. That's how our younger generation are. Let us vouch together on this platform, taking forward this education excellence through with all our highly esteemed speakers, mentors, and also committed individuals such that our unwavering commitment and service with a deep rooted passion and dedication for a sustainable society, thereby making it as an epitome of enlightenment and inspiration for all generations to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, madam.
So let's all come back. And next week is going to be the highlight. Will be giving certificates, acknowledging all your thoughts, all your inferences, all your support, and also congratulating people who deserve it, definitely. And we will do the best. And this is only a beginning, as Roshni was mentioning. We don't stop here. This is only phase one. So very soon we will go ahead with the phase two. As I told you, phase two is going to be taken by the youth generation. You may not see Sri Vidya in the forefront. In the place of Sri Vidya, there will be another Sri Vidya. There will be another person will be there. You may not see Tanuja ma'am. There will be mentors of the younger generation. You don't know who are the mentors who is going to be there for the younger generation. There will be people from the younger generation as mentors, guiding our youth and taking it forward. Such that it goes on. So it is not a journey which is going to stop here today. It is going to be continuous. As I always say, coming together is a beginning, staying together is a process, working together is a success, and it is a continuation process of evolution, and we will get there. Thank you so much. And thanks for all the brilliant support from all our community partners, be it the GSFN, be it Hygiene, be it IAU, and who all have supported towards the success of it. And we are all indebted to it with one motto. As I told you, it is Vasudeva Kutumbakam. One world and one community with one mission. Such that making our world a better place to live in. You contribute, I contribute, such that there should be a competition, a healthy competition among all. You did that, I did this. That's how it should be. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Actually, very well. All the pointers you framed very well. It has a what to say. It connects. Thank you.
Thank you.
It should be.
Thank you. So next week we would like to have all our community partners on board, such that we will be able to celebrate it in a much more.
I am overwhelmed with all the content.
Yes, all experts, everybody. So please spread it around, and they all should be present. Yes, Niranjan, we would like to hear from you. Yes, dear. Please unmute yourself. Very true. Very true. So we'll take it forward and let's stay united. Let's stay united and let's take it forward. And this is only a beginning. And every single step is a big leap forward. And we all know that sky is the limit. So whatever that is, sky is the limit. So let's keep on moving. It's a journey forward. Kaimat se kaimat tak. Am I right, Professor?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So next week, hope to see you all there. Until then, it's adios from us. Thank you.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Thank you. Thank you for all support. Take care.
Yes.
See you next time. Bye bye. Take care, everyone.
And having Eid, I think it's our duty to wish our all our Muslim brothers and sisters happy Eid, and they're successfully completing Ramadan tomorrow.
Yes,
So,
yeah. We have 30 minutes left for iftar.
Yeah.
Yes. That's good. Good, actually. You know, Dr. Salveda, actually, if as a Muslim, if they do positive thing, that's good actually for Ramadan. That's what I'm doing. I appreciate you that you let me give this opportunity to give some gifts from Ramadan to all people. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mentioned that it's Vasudeva Kutumbakam. It's just one family. Maybe we differ in our appearances, but
yes,
our soul is all one. It is related with one goal.
Yeah, wonderful. Yes. Okay, everyone. Okay. See you next time. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So all the Sundays we were connected with young speakers. We got rehearsals like that. So now next Sunday it's blank. It's going to be. It's really a.
We need a break. You know why? Actually, there is one thing. Like when there is a break, what we should do? There is a story behind it.
Bounce. Always a ball. Yes.
Go back and work, and then come back with a bang. So then we are ready for the bang. Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.